Hello, everybody. Well, not much else today. I wonder if we're going to be finishing this first update off because it's, oh my god, 3 hours and 16 minutes for a first update so far. That's fucking insane. I just hope there's a bit more left to make a substantial video on, but even if there's not, I'll still upload it, so. Oh well, I guess. Anyway, let's get into this. It's dark, but I'm no longer surprised by that. Sure, now the days are longer here, but I feel like I've slept less. Maybe just worse. It's probably the stress. At least the food hasn't caused me to act up again. Yet, I would really like some for breakfast other than porridge, but that'll have to come later. Something catches my eye, though, to start to rouse more. Seems Maruk decided to leave the window working today, or he just forgot to put it down. Gently creeping over the wall, I can see he's still lying on the bench. Guess someone has to keep watch. Not that he's keeping watch now, though, on account of being asleep and all. Still feel kind of bad. Only has a pillow, and that can't be comfy. He's going through a morning routine of pointlessly pacing and trying to wash up using the sink. I decide to sit at my desk and watch him. Twitches and moves back and forth as much as he can, considering his bed. There's twitch and reaction to unknown sounds. I don't hear anything, but I'm sure he probably better hearing than me. Seems like we still have a few good mark before any action happens today. So I decide to just get comfy as I can and watch the outside of my cell for all the entertainment it's worth. I feel a little silly watching Maruk sleep, considering I'm on camera right now and that they've been watching me from the other side of the window, other side of the wall these past few days. I don't feel too bad. Anyways, it's a good opportunity to learn something about them as a species. Maybe. I at least have a good look at the markings on his jacket now. Definitely illegible. Time moves at a snail's pace, and I was trying to do anything else to entertain myself. But it's still too dark to really write or read without straining my eyes. I asked for a lamp, but I don't see any outlets anywhere. Doubt I could even read anything on my phone if I got that back either. I don't think I had anything downloaded. Maybe some shitty games, but that'd be it. For now, I guess most entertainment is watching my warden sleep. Bit creepy, dude. It will feel like another mark. The lights come on in rather dramatic fashion. Notice the first at the end of the hallway out of the corner of my eye, and then another in the possession of illumination. As the light closest to us comes on, I notice Maruk twitching as he tries to roll over. Rolls a bit too far and his arm flops over and off the edge, signaling the end. With his weight poorly distributed, he starts rolling off the bench until thud. He rolls right into the floor. Fortunately, it looks like his head was a bit to the side, so at least his nose didn't get crunched, but that's still gotta hurt. He wakes up startled, pushing himself up just enough so he's not fully on the floor. What happened? Who's there? Shakes his head and rubs his muzzle, propping himself up a bit so he could finally look around. Fuck, that hurt. Still dazed, we make eye contact, and he looks just stunned. Turn my hand in my mouth so as not to completely lose it, but it does a little to abate my laughter. I'm not laughing. I don't have the fucking will to right now. Besides, I wouldn't fucking laugh at that. Christ, I wouldn't laugh at that. Oh man, are you okay? What? No. What happened? I clicked something else I shouldn't have. Ha. Can't help it. It's one of the dumbest things I've seen since being here. I'll be damned if it wasn't fun. How is it funny? The dude hurt himself. Fucking hell. Have a little bit of empathy, for fuck's sake. Expression quickly changes from shock to anger as he tries to rise to his full, intimidating height. Oh boy, here we go. Sundari Maruk, everybody. Hey, watch it! Fortunately for him, it seems he still hasn't woken up yet fully. So When he tries to stand up, he ends up tripping over himself and falling again. Don't you dare laugh. Far more control this time, at least. He managed to catch himself before colliding with the ground fully this time. Fuck you. Fuck you. Can't see his face for a second as he stares at the floor until he turns to me. Expression of anger gone, all that's left is a snarling mess. Mysterious blue pierces my being as I step back. My heart rate drops on myself, no longer laughing, but instead worried. Oh, now that you're in danger of getting hurt, you're suddenly worried. Oh, I see how it is. Fuck you, Alex. Holy shit. For him and for myself. Okay. What feels like a minute on broken eye contact, he turns away and stands up fully, taking extra care not to fall again. Can't see his face more any second. He'll pull a heel. He'll pull a heel turn and lay into me. Seconds drag on, and I stare at his back until I see it gently rise and fall. Turns over his shoulders over my eyes. His expression is inscrutable. Perhaps seeing how worried I looked for some other unknowable reason. A small smirk appears in his muzzle and he gently scoffs. Or dusting himself off and sitting at his bench again, pulling up whatever it is he looks at in his monitor. More reports, maybe? No, that won't do. Can't just leave that how that ended. Knock on the glass to get his attention. Hey, are you okay? You took a big fall there. We can understand, but I feel I'd be better asking than not just not leaving him. And see from here, he's got a decent scratch on his muzzle. Just enough to draw blood through his dark fur. Wonder if they are hard to cut with all that fur. No, now is not the time to worry about that. Sorry for laughing, but are you okay? He sighs again, clearly upset I caught his morning rituals of eating shit, pretending like it didn't happen. Swiping away what he was looking at and standing up to meet me fully. What? I haven't checked my noses or done my morning stretches. What could you possibly want this early in the morning? This early in the morning? I don't think waking up when the lights come on counts as early, but okay. Just turn my face in the mirror locations where his scratches are in a vain attempt to keep the conversation going. Despite laughing at him, I'm generally a bit worried as he's trying not to pretend to be here just to intimidate me. Be more intimidated if he just yelled or bared his teeth and him tried to act tough. Brings a paw up to his lip and wipes away some of the blood, and spreading it between his paw pads. For what he seems enough of an inspection, he rips it off from his pants and looks back to me. It means nothing. I'm fine. Very unconvinced, but I can't tell him to take care of himself. Not yet, at least. Just make a face and pout, unsure if this has any real meaning to him. I'm surprised by how many facial expressions and little things like that I have in common with this species, especially considering they have tails and fur and far more expressive ears. That they even have developed facial muscles than dogs, which might do it. Got myself once again pondering deeply important ideas at the worst times, as Maruk just seems to be staring at me. Really, you need the apostrophe there again. Work on your grammar. No, you don't, wait, no. You don't need an S there at all. Fucking hell, I said that wrong. Seems to be just staring at me. Yeah, so you don't need this S. Okay? Sorry, what? Herb takes a deep breath before pinching the bridge of his nose. May have just upset him again. But what he does next surprises me. As he takes a knee to get a bit more eye level with me. Still looking a bit ticked off, he takes another deep breath. I'm fine. Stare at each other for a few strange seconds. No, I shouldn't even care, but I do, and I can't help it. If he says he's fine, then that's fine. That's all I can do. I know I've been fine in the past as well. Maybe I'll just tell Doctor to check up on him later. Just nod at him. Okay. Taking him more nod back and going back to his little area. Turn to my desk and watching him as he begins his morning routine, full this time. It's very live compared to the Karen I've met. I wonder if that's due to his breed or another factor. He's quite flexible too, able to fully stretch out his back and touch his toes. Not that that's a feat that would be particularly unique to them as a species. I've just never been able to pull out myself. Makes me wonder if you're trying to work out here as well. I've always seen that in movies, prisoners doing pull-ups with the cell bars. Well, there are no bars here to speak of. Also, I can't shower right now, so the idea of sweating sounds dreadful. Well, more I already have. God, I want to burn these clothes. I can't imagine Maruk is really getting the exercise he would want while being trapped here with me. But it does say something about him trying despite it all. I wonder how much he has to work out to keep his impressive form. You said impressive body. I'm still unsure if he's stronger than Doc, considering how big Doc is. But his muscles are definitely more pronounced due to his shorter fur. After he finishes his morning stretches, he turns around to take a seat and take a seat. Knows I've been watching him this whole time. You gonna watch me when I sleep and work out? Give me a damn break. Sorry. He's right around. He's like a creep right now. Yeah, no fucking shit. Then again, it's only fair. Still, I turn away, face feeling a little flushed. That was embarrassing. Nothing better to do until breakfast. I had to continue writing down some scattered thoughts while at the time today. Ends up being a lesson in futility, as I don't really have much new to add to my journal. You could, I don't know, look at his. I mean, you saw what's not what is on his jacket, so you could draw, like, try and attempt to follow, like, the writing and write that down. Like, I don't know, document it. My notes rewritten and a bit more organized. I've truly run out of things to do. And with limited paper, I don't want to waste any more notebook space just to be safe. Looking over to Maruk, it seems he is bored as he's. Looking over Maruk, it seems even he is bored as he's lying on his back, just swiping away at some projected monitor's monitor. Fortunately, as if to save us from a board when the door down the hall opens. Maruk's ears flick up as he noses it, and he stands to attention, dusts himself off. I far less elegantly just press myself up against the glass to try and get a better look outside. Or have a chance to see what it is. It was coming, and Maruk gets my attention. He almost looks worried. What's going on? Stand back. The last thing I hear as the wall comes back down. Wait! I pull fist against the wall to no avail. Someone coming down to see me. Why would they close the wall then? I don't see them? What did Maruk mean? Well, I might as well try to get on his good side. Side of my bit is far enough, just standing and waiting for something to happen. Something's supposed to happen. When nothing does, I'm a bit confused. Can't even hear anything from the other side of the wall. This persists for upwards of 10 minutes as I just loaf around and lay on the bed. Just enjoying having the wall down, too. Laying in bed is doing me no favors, though, as I am worried I've fallen asleep again. Really gonna try and stay awake the whole day. No idea if I can sleep through the whole night, though. It's probably, like 15 or 16 marks. Ugh. Attempt to wake up and I splash some water on my face. Okay, it's him. And him. Okay, I thought my eyes weren't fucking registering that for a second for some fucking reason. Boy, it's Doc, and, it's fucking Morrow and whatever, Tier, right? Turn to see that the wall is down, but instead of Maruk standing there, it's Doc and the Chief. They offer a friendly wave, which only Morrow half-heartedly replies. Good morning, Tier. Doc. Hello, Alex. Always endearing to hear your one-sided attempts at communication. That is not how you spell that word. Endearing. Fucking hell. Felt a bit rude. Such about now from a chief, but maybe Maruk, but not Tier. I have simply stopped by to report that the learning AI should be complete by sometime tomorrow. Sorry for the delay, but configuring a neural to interpret language to conversation alone is not easy. And with the recent authorization from the captain, your 3 elected guardians are going to download it, and hopefully we can get right to work. That sounds great. I can't believe he's apologizing for taking a long time when he had to translate a whole alien species. At least I think that's what he's done. I guess I'll find out tomorrow. Honestly, though, English is only one of the languages on Earth. I have no fucking clue how many there are, but my God, I have to wonder if the entire carine, I don't know, species speaks the same language, if there's like multiple, or what they're like. Well, yeah, I don't know, I'm so interested in that, but like, I'm, whatever. Thanks, dear. Sounds great. Now, I must also say that you being here has. How do I put this? Takes a moment to think before conferring something with Marwin. Your presence here is, unfortunately, putting unexpected stress on the function of this station. Word of you is still not particularly widespread, but where it has spread, it has done nothing but slow down work and agitate the crew. It is due to the goodwill of the captain that you have not been placed in a more strict setting. She is surprisingly willing to put her faith in you. That is not something she does lightly, so be on your best behavior, please. Thanks. No idea what that means. Guess my presence here might be more of an issue than I previously thought. I mean, I am an alien, but everyone I've met so far has taken it really well. Surprisingly well, actually. Maybe that's not the norm around here. I'm sorry for that rather grim message, but the captain has made it very clear the mission of this station takes priority. I'm sure he'll be fine. Mara decides to pipe in, maybe realizing that Tyr is freaking me out a bit. Offers a small smile before noticing Tyr is attempting to head out. Maruk will be back in a mark or two. He has a meeting he has to attend, and we must be on our way as well. I do wish you the best, really. I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully you can introduce yourself properly. Maro stays behind for a minute and turns to me with his solemn, almost worried eyes. Captain does mean well, truly, but she has to look out for everyone here, not just me or you. She will look out for you if she can, and if she can, I will. Promise. That he turns to catch up to Tyr. Sir, please wait up. Leave before I can even utter. Thank you. Great. I have to wonder, how long is this gonna be? If I had to guess, I'd say it's gonna go on until they can finally communicate and he leaves the fucking room finally. I bet that's when it's finally gonna end. Seems like there's a lot going on beyond these walls. So much so that I might not be the most important thing going on. Really, you don't say. What a tangled thing I found myself in. Let's just take it one thing at a time. Can't worry myself over what lies beyond that door for now. It seemed like tomorrow a lot of things will be cleared up. Or maybe more confusing. But I'm hopeful nonetheless. It is awfully lonely without anyone here, though. And with nothing to do, I just find myself pacing and making outlandish ideas about what's going on. Are they just waiting to experiment on me or something? Like, what could possibly be more interesting than finding an alien? An sentient one, at that. Who is this captain anyways, and why is she so mysterious? Ugh. All these dumb thoughts might be causing me to freak out more, which is not what I need right now. Try to take a few breaths to calm down. I don't know any actual breathing techniques, so I kind of just am taking a few deep breaths and move on. Square breathing is taught in every therapy session, come on. Pretending nothing happened. How the fuck do you not know square breathing? You said you've been to a few fucking therapists. That's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. I'm sorry, mate, but no. No, this posturing changes the fact that I'm bored and alone, though. Looking around, it seems they are confident enough that I will not escape. And they're probably right. I don't even know how anyone could get out here without a monitor. With truly nothing to do, I resign myself to daydreaming and waiting. Tomorrow can't come soon enough. After almost falling asleep for the second time, I'm startled on my drowsiness by the sound of the door opening. Who Mr. Finally. I guess Maruk finished whatever meeting he was in. Hello, Maruk. The Karen that turns the corner of her is not Maruk, but in fact Rune. I guess he's free again today. Hi there, Bud. Remember me? Rune, we met yesterday. Kinda. Smiling and stifling a small laugh, I reply, Yes, Rune, I remember you. How are you doing today? Gives me a small smile for looking around. Realize he's brought me some food today. Wonder if they are coordinating who it's time to bring my meals. I open it with my allergies. Do you have allergies? Oh. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Um, I thought to offer uh, Lieutenant Maruk would be here to open the door. I don't really know how to get in to give you your food. Looks around the corner closest to the wall and spots something. Hold on, I think I can fix this. Moves a tray down and walks out his side a bit, messing with something on the wall. Can't see what he's doing, but I can see a faint blue light emanating from over there. Wonder if he's hacking the wall or something? Is that something you can do? Sounds ridiculous. You hack a wall. I mean, it seems to be controlled through Marok's monitor, so maybe. But there was that time Marok went without Marok's help, and I don't know. After hearing what can only be described as a power tool of some kind, I'm definitely very curious to see what's going on over there. But with no really to see, I can't be sure. I lean as far as I can on the window to try to get a better look, but then suddenly, thud! Wall falls away, and me along with it. Collide with the floor with a resounding thud. Ah, damn it! Warn me next time, please. Oh, wow, I can hear you much better. Did it work? Rune sticks his head around the corner, and I see instantly his expression goes from excited to worried. What's wrong? It's not my fault I fell inside my cell. Oh, I'm outside my cell. This is certainly awkward. Hey, please, please get back inside your, oh, dear, poor guy looks petrified. I think he might be shaking a bit too. Still, I'm of two minds right now. Part of me is saying, of course they'll get back in the cell tomorrow, people are talking, it'll be all okay. But there's a part of me, a small, deep, profoundly scared, and utterly human part that is only saying one thing. Run. Stand stuck, unable to move, unable to make a decision. I hear my eyes fleeing back between Roan and the door behind him. Finally seen it for the first time, but I know it is no real exit. Rune is looking back at me, just as worried as I am, but probably more so. So I'm going to bright blue cords coming out of his wrist into a panel on the wall. It's not worth it. Sorry, Rune, I fell is all. Didn't mean to scare you. Take my food tray and walk back inside. I was like, do that. Rune might be too effective what he was trying to do. He didn't just remove the door part of the wall, but the whole wall. There's no glass, no nothing. For his sake, I hope he can fix it. So he turns the corner and sees me on my bed, enjoying what he brought for me. Thank you. Tries to lean against a wall, but realizes there is no wall and manages to catch himself before he falls. What? Why did that? Oh no, wait. Looks up and down the length of my cell, grasping at the air to find the wall that isn't there. He, of course, finds nothing. Uh, Let me see if I can fix this. I should have access now. He pulls out his monitor from his arm. Feat that may never not impress me, and flicks through a few screens. Oh, jeez. In a worryingly short procession, the wall rebuilds itself, turns to glass, opens its door, then closes its door, then changes it back to glass. I can see Ruin standing on their side, looking stunned. I guess this might be beyond his purview. He continues to fiddle around with his monitor, and I just enjoy my lunch watching him. There's also a wrapped up burger thing on my tray. Really hope he didn't bring that for himself and forgot about it. Better not touch it just to be safe. After a few good minutes, he seems to have better control of the wall now, going so far as even repair the box he opened to get access to it. See, he's also looking around for something. Hey, you wouldn't have happened to see a small wrapped, parcel anywhere, would you? Wrapped in foil and kind of warm? Laughing a bit, I walk over the wall and roll up his lunch. Oh, thanks, I must have misplaced it. Again. He reaches to grab it and once again find himself bumping into his force. Oh, right, huh. Not used to all these security measures. Sorry, I didn't mean just to cry like that. He feels around with his arm for a second time, the door opens. Actually, notice all the wall is gone again. But I try not to point it out. I guess he's still getting the hang of her face. He wraps his parcel, and it looks similar to what Maruk has held in the past. Some kind of burger or sandwich. After looking around the room, it seems he decided just the best place to sit was the floor, so he just takes a seat. Now, if you can't beat him, join him. Cut my tray, move over to sit next to him. He looks up shyly, offers a small, nervous grin. Hey there, bud. I hope I got what you wanted. Dr. Morrow said I have to be really specific as to make sure not to make you sick. I hope I did it right. All looks good for me, bud. Just stares at me a bit. I know he can't understand me, but I understand him even less. Well, I can understand him fine, but trying to stare into his beyond his eyes, I can't tell what's going on in there. I'm complaining, but nothing but kind so far. Without breaking eye contact, he takes a bite of his burger. Seems the bread is like a dense, crumbly material, but the meat has a sense of oil coming out of it. But of what kind, I could not say. Definitely not like something you find back home. Noticing me staring at his lunch, he pipes up. You have something like this? I mean, where you're from? Seems like a burger, albeit with some liberties taken, so I gesture kinda the best I can. Think he gets what I mean. They're not too hard to make. I don't know how to make the buns, but the cooking I can do. I don't know if you would know what that is. Wait, of course you do. Sorry, do you have other foods back home? Different foods? I nod. Yeah, we have plenty of kinds of different foods. Lots of cultures and such. Just nod in response, clear understand what I'm saying, but still being polite nonetheless. Do you have a favorite? Favorite food, that is? Mine is this. How do I explain? It's the selection of thinly cut meats and sauce. It's a belly cut, stomach. Gestures to his own gut to make sure I get the point. Is that weird? Sorry, I don't know. Anyways, it's really nice and savory, but it's hard to find. No one here cooks it. It's too fancy when I try cook myself. Sounds like a surprisingly expensive taste. Well, maybe something like you describe what you consider decently fancy back home, I think. Alright, need to ask my favorite. Probably like curry. Any kind, really, but I don't know how to explain that concept to him. Oh. Get up and walk over to the desk, grabbing the whiteboard. Rune watches me as I move back and forth, nibbling on his burger the whole time. Try to draw on something that looks like curry. It's hard to draw the grains of rice with a big marker. Halfway through, I should probably just imply the rice is there, but oh well. Here you go, my favorite is curry. It's like a rice dish with sauce and meat or vegetables. Well, not for him to see, it leans and take a better look. Tilts his head from side to side, trying to take in the breath of my fantastic art. But as a result, his ears flop this way and that. It's far cuter than I could ever imagine. I have to stop myself from laughing at it. Fortunately, I think he's too engrossed in my drawing to notice. I think we have something like that. It's called, sorry, I've never actually ordered it, and I forget what it's called. But it's like a grain dish with sauce on top. Is that right? Oh, wow, yeah. That's pretty much it. You don't understand me, but I can understand my enthusiasm. Oh, that's so cool you have something similar then. Let's talk now. Maybe he can figure it out if you have some. You can have some. Pulls a modern types away a small pop-up keyboard. It seems reasonable to expect them to have some form of direct messaging system. Yes, DMs. The Rook mentioned checking his notices, so I can only assume they can send emails or texts over monitor. I mean, it'd be a total waste not to have that feature. Oh, he already got back to me. Let's see. Sounds good. Oh. I guess, no, I will look into it. By the way, tomorrow is chief finishing learner. Also, can you come look at one of the lights in my lab? I think it's breaking. Well, that sounds good. Except that light, I should fix that probably. Oh, but that learning thing will be done tomorrow. I've never used one, so I hope it works. But I trust the Chief. He's really smart, so I'm sure it'll be fine. I hope it doesn't take too long. I need to get back to Milo about those pipes in the physics department, and he was a mumble himself about work for a while, just let him as I finish up my lunch. Nothing more than a salad and a bowl of porridge, but still, it's something. After a while, his eyes pop up and meet mine. Looks a bit shocked, her eyes have been zoning out. Been there before. 30 minutes, interesting. There's enough left of this for there to be 30 minutes of video. Criminy. Oh, sorry, what were we talking about? I need to schedule things better. It's okay, Rune. So, do you like your meal? Seems a bit lacking. Sorry, I just... Most people around here prefer something heartier as well, just more than that. I think the worker at the cafeteria thought I was going to starve when I ordered this, only this much. I said it was for two people. Well, I guess appetites are pretty big around here. Makes sense considering the size of these Karen. That being said, I haven't seen Maruk eating too much, and I haven't seen Doc eat anything. Yes, thank you. It was just enough. Hopefully they can't tell I'm lying. I'd love to have more, but for now it's enough. Oh, I'm glad. After I was so busy today, I must consider trying to make something for you myself. Sorry, is that weird? I normally I end up cooking for myself. Nothing fancy, just like toast. Wow, a man after my own heart. Do hope he finds time to eat, though. He seems awfully busy. I don't have much of my quarters to cook with, but sometimes I can get into the kitchens and cook something up. They usually aren't too crowded. It sounds nice, Ron. I'd love some toast. Or a small after pleasant kind. I know lots of places on the station that feel so busy, like the cafeteria. It's weird being here when there is just no one. Well, I mean, you understand. I'm curious how big this place is and just how many Karen are here. Seems like quite the big operation. Certainly explain why the captain and Tyr are worried. It's usually not so bad, though. If it ever gets too much, there's always somewhere that's nice and quiet. I think the library's pretty neat. Only the executives have access to it, but since I'm technically under maintenance now, I guess I count. At least when I go in, no one asks me to leave. Oh, but you can come and see it too. I know you like reading too. Alien books. That would be fucking cool. Not even gonna fucking lie, that'd be fucking epic. Oh my god. Oh, thanks, Rin. That sounds nice. I'm sure if I'll be able to read any of their stories or anything written by them for that matter. Wait, what do you mean by now? Was he just prompted? I guess I'll ask. I often find myself too busy to really go in and enjoy some of the facilities around here. Although, I can confidently say I've been to all of them, if only to fix something sometime or another. Always a light how to adore not working. It's nice to see the others enjoying them, though. Maybe you can take me to some of them. Anything is more interesting than being stuck here. Yeah. There's no way he understood me, but that was a verbal agreement on holding him to it. Just have to learn about that later, though. Sorry, I know I'm supposed to just talk and stuff, but I feel bad just talking at you. I hope I'm not boring you. No, it's fine, really. It's one of the longest conversations I've had in a while. Well, let's see, what else is there? There's literally a whole system for me to learn about. I'm sure whatever he brings up will be interesting enough. Oh, do you have... Door down the hall opens. Hear measured steps coming down the hall. The Rune turns to look and his smile wavers. Hello, Lieutenant Maruk? Maruk stops in front of the cell to inspect what is going on. His eyes taking every last aspect of our meeting. Whether he deems it acceptable or not, I cannot tell as he simply scoffs, rolls his eyes, and walks to his bench. Not even a hello wasted on us. Rune looks a bit out of it. I can't blame him, really. Simply tap on the glass, try and snap him out of it. Our eyes meeting offers me a small but fleeting smile. So, what was it I was saying? Oh, right. Do you have, things you like to do at home? Besides read? Oh, yeah, sure. Enjoy just being out in nature, hiking and stuff, playing games, board games mainly, but video games are fine. Can't understand me at all right now. I could say anything. How soft are you? Who's the captain? Why is Maruk such an ass? Shit, wait. That was my fault being a bit too late. It's like, well, they can't understand me. They can probably understand when I say their names. Taking a careful glance in his direction proves me right, as I met with a confused stare. Seems to be peeking over his monitor screen at me. So I should be more careful with what I say, but tomorrow might not matter at all. And actually, it might matter even more then. Maybe you can draw it for me. Sorry, I can't understand me. I get it. Raising my last draw with my hand, I get to work trying to illustrate what few hobbies I have. If you can even call them that. Maybe I'll pick up something new around here. Drawing both of these is difficult as I realize I have no idea how to draw. Hiking. And any board game I draw could be completely different from anything here. Easy. How to draw hiking. Very fucking simple. Draw a forest, however rudimentary you can draw that, and then draw it yourself, like draw a stick figure walking through it. That. Decided to just draw what came to mind, hope for the best. Holding up the board, Rune seems far more confused this time. I don't understand either concept than my crude pictographs. You like, rocks? Walking on rocks? I think we have a geology department around here. And this other one, is it a graph? It looks like a chessboard. Almost dropped my board as I flinched backwards. Maruk silently walked over the window without either of us noticing. Rune seems almost fallen over, catching himself with his prosthetic. And what did you call this other one? Walking on the rocks? He's clearly trying to draw rock climbing or something. Yeah, maybe you're right. Rune averts his gaze to the floor and stares quiet while Maruk looms overhead. Terrible silence permeates the room. Yeah, it's rock climbing. Sure thing, Maruk. Can you stop scaring Rune now? They'll assume you were just agreeing with me. Afraid you won't find much to climb here. You're gonna have to find something else to entertain yourself if they let you out of here. If? What does that mean? You're gonna let me out of here once learning how it works. Right? You could always try to play chess by yourself. Though, I can't imagine it's very interesting. I'd play. What was that? Nothing. I just, I'd play chess with them, if they wanted. Sure. Who's going to let you into their cell? I guess you would. No. No, I would not. Rune looks away, mumbles something. Did you say something? Nah. Painful silence creeps back into the room. What the fuck is your two's damage? What happened? Did you two date at some point or something? Cause you're really bickering like an old married couple here. Something seems off here. Something seems fucking... What is your issue? Painful silence keeps back in the room. I'm unsure if it's a reprieve from that pointed conversation or a harbinger of things to come. Eventually, though, as if seemingly bored with the conversation, Maruk rolls his eyes and walks over a few paces to lean against the wall and continue his work, wherever that might be. Pout at him angrily, but he doesn't see me or doesn't care. Consider waking Rune, but I decided to give a moment instead. Eventually, he perks up and looks back at me. Oh, I don't actually know how to play chess, but I'm sure it'd be nice to learn. I don't have much time for games, but sometimes I play with my crew. Sounds nice. Maybe sometime when I get out here we can figure that out. Maybe I can meet your crew too? Still seems pretty skittish all of a sudden. Don't know what bad blood these two have, but it's starting to piss me off. It's either bad blood or Marika's just like this with everyone, which is also possible. Room seems to see something I don't, and he pulls up his monitor and starts to flip through his screens. Maybe he got a message. How can he tell if his phone is in his arm? Wonder if it buzzes. That would be annoying. Feeling a bit left out as both the Karens are essentially on their phones, ignoring me. I decide to speak up. Fortunately, only Rune acknowledges me. Sorry, I got a notification from one of my crew. One of my best one of my friends is wondering where I am. Got a message I would be busy again today. Alright. Everyone has jobs they have to keep up with along with taking care of me. Shit. They have their own lives, too. Maybe I should be more careful about that. Well, maybe when they let me out of this cell. It's fine, really. Types a short message to his friend and chuckles to himself. They're a good group of workers, but sometimes they can be a bit lost. Just last week, I had to help Milo out of a vent he got lost in. Sometimes this place feels like a maze, even to me. I also need time to message Cass about working late tonight to fix those lights in Doc's office. Yeah, I'm sure they won't mind. Wonder how big his team is, if this place is as big as I think it might be. Being kind of massive, he probably needs a pretty big team then. Nobody get to meet them. Ron, how did Alex get the food delivered to them? What do you mean? I gave it to them. Now, let me explain this so even you can understand it. The cell door was closed when I left. Doc surely didn't leave it open. So how did you open the cell when you were not given clearance? I do have clearance? No, you don't. Don't make me check the cameras. I will, I interfaced with the control panel and gave myself clearance. Dr. Morrow told me to bring lunch for him. And when you weren't here, I got worried, so just thought it made sense. They didn't get hungry is all. Let me make sure I understand this. You came in here without a warden, took immediate action to lower the cell while a prisoner was inside, and endangered yourself and the rest of the crew by making contact with said prisoner. No, no, I just opened the door to give them lunch is all. They were only under their cell for a few seconds. They were what? Don't make me look it up, damn it! What happened? Rune doesn't look great, but I'm worried he's about to have a panic attack or something. But I don't know what I can do for him from here. I just wanted to help them, is all, Maruk. I lean over Rune. Maruk certainly isn't turning an aura about him. Stand out to try and get between them the best I can, which isn't much as I can, as I'm still trapped behind 4 inches of glass. Rook's worried, but more so than anything, he just looks tired. And you're really replaced with apathy as he brings himself in. I'm reporting this to Chief Senno. Get out before I throw you one of those cells myself. Ron is breathing heavily, eyes blurry and defocused. Manages to pull himself up and head for the door. Now imagine to give me a final look or parting wave. And go to medical immediately! Get decontaminating checked up, damn it! Go to Doc, not the emergency team. Ugh. What I needed, more fucking reports to file. You're a sheepish. Yes! Just cut off by the door closing. Furiously glance at Maruk, trying to penetrate his very being with my rage. Doesn't take long for him to turn to me, finally acknowledging I exist, as I try to stand as intimidating as I possibly can. Never particularly tall, only ever really being around 5'7", but around all these Karens really look like I can do it act tough. Oh, 5'7", eh? I'm 6'3". I'm 6'3", bitch. Oh my god. What? What could you possibly want? My salad bowl at him. Almost bounces off the wall. Rook doesn't seem impressed. Don't you start with me. I cannot be bothered today. Throw your little tantrum if you want. Just let the delegate schedule my entire team with extended work so because he bucksitting you for the foreseeable future. I have to make sure that the fool doesn't get himself infected with some alien virus and infects the station. And I haven't even been able to sleep my own damn quarters for almost a week because of this mess. So if that's an excuse to act like a jackass. I just apologize to him. It's close to the glass and trying to back up or trying not to back up or show any fear. A little rumbling comes from his throat at the very edges of his canine show. This close though, all those teeth look deathly sharp. Show of intimidation is met as I take a step forward. Maybe dwarfed by him, but I know I cannot show fear. His eyes flitting back and forth, trying to find if his tactics have found purchase. As they have not, he scowls and backs off. One of his monitor flips through a few screens and stops at an unknown destination. Elot gazes one last time as his finger hovers over an invisible button. Unsure of unsure of what he's doing or threatening, remaining unfazed. A few more painful seconds, he just swipes the screen away and goes to sit on the bench, towards the far edge, as to be almost just out of sight. Fine by me. Not in the mood to deal with him right now either. Jesus, man, wow. 44 minutes? This video is almost an hour. What the fuck? Holy shit, how fucking long is this? Oh my god. With nothing to do in my cell, I've taken to just rereading this book. It is not as interesting as the first or second time I read it, but at least it's passing the time. Maruk has since returned to his post, or rather, just the closer side of the bench. We've exchanged a few glances at each other, but nothing more. Don't think he's really upset or the wall will be down, but I'm still not particularly happy with him. How could he just be so crass with the members of the station? Doesn't sit right with me. If it was that rude to Doc or Tyr, I'm sure he'd get in trouble. Hope he doesn't abuse his power. Ugh, can't worry about all that right now. It's not good for me. Fortunately, I have to just worry about myself right now. Though, what did he mean when he said if I'm let out of my cell? Surely once Doc and Maruk will, mostly Doc, make sure I'm not a danger to the crew to let me out, unless there is some new development with the captain that I haven't heard of. My presence here has really caused such an issue that letting me free, well, semi-free at least, walk the hall. Oh, letting me freely, well, semi-freely at least walk the halls is now out of the question. No, that can't be it. Do wonder though what it's like out there. Get the impression I didn't get the full experience while I was running for my life. Yeah, I'll be okay. I shout, standing up and triumphantly announcing to my cell. Over to Marika just giving me a curious side eye. Fuck. Right, I'm not really alone. Bit embarrassed, I try to casually sit back down with my book. Short amount of time passed before I heard the door open. Heavy plodding footsteps clue me into who might be visiting us. Hello, Maruk. Alex. Hope you're both getting along. Murmur grumbling from both sides give Doc a good idea of things are going. Doesn't look particularly surprised. In fact, he looks fairly tired himself. He was really working all day. I hope he can get some rest. I make some room for the bench in him, as it seems like he's going to come in, to which he smiles. I can't stay long tonight, sorry. I need to make sure I got from our test run before I go to bed. But I can stay with you while you eat, if you don't mind. Oh, well, of course, Morrow. Bit bummed out I can't just stay longer, but I'm glad he's here at all. Skinny's over to take a seat next to me. Surprisingly close to me, in fact. I know he's been coming in here without fear of getting contaminated, but I still don't really understand why. Maybe as the head of medicine, just not worried about it. Or he's on some kind of cocktail of antibodies or something. Realizing I have no idea how medicine really works. I also don't really know what he technically is besides being an important doctor. Maybe he's immune somehow, or maybe he's just getting a lot of checkups after he leaves. Still nice to be this close to someone, even just feel a bit warm from their presence. My mind can wander any further. A bowl is placed in front of me. Another salad. Take it in, but... Look, tomorrow seemed to understand my disappointment. I'm sorry, Alex. I haven't really had time to run many morality tests for you. I've been trying to prepare for your release, and amongst other things, try to figure out if you were carrying diseases and such. You understand, no? I do, but it still sucks just eating the same meal. Oh well. I noticed Doc has a small parcel with him as well. Oh, this? After dinner, I have a small gift for you. Oh my god, you fucking... Format your VN! Holy shit! Knowing that I smile, I can continue my dinner. Maruk walks up to the wall and keeps an eye on us. So, Doc, you got any news in the next few days from me? Feel like I've been kept in the dark here. Just being told to change their own schedules with some shitty excuses. Then being told to report back to either you or Chief himself. What's up? Yes, it has been complicated trying to manage everything. Especially as the Professor Senna was busy trying to catch a wagging tail with all the data he has. Trying to what? Is that like a saying around here? Not bad, huh? Anything you can tell me, or? Officially, no. But since I'm exhausted, need to complain about it to someone, it seems like it might all be wrong. Wrong? How can data be wrong, Doc? I don't know, I'm not that good with quantum physics. Just know there's been a lot of cursing under his office and he's taken up most of the station's processing power. Heard some computers are even malfunctioning today because of it. Well, I'll be sure not to bother him. Well, not more than I have to. Yes, I heard about what happened. Do you order my report? I always read your reports, Maruk, as well as Director Tyrann's. It's my job. Although in truth I didn't have to read anything as he showed in my lab half a lie, but not but a few marks ago. Watching the security footage, I feel you both admitted a decent amount as well. You know how much power Marwin actually has around here. Seems to be very important and has a lot of sway. Especially, really, you said that twice. Fucking hell, work on your goddamn thing. I get it's the first bill, but holy shit. Especially if he could just casually find security footage and incident reports. Maybe that's all part of his job, though. His job as a doctor. You watched the footage? Yes. So you can see I was right then, right? There is no right or wrong, Maruk. While the acting director Tiratek may have been questionable, I do feel that he meant well and did the best to take care of our guest here. May I remind you, it is now a top priority for both of us. Holy shit, learn to spell. But I still think Chief should see it. You will do no such thing, Maruk. Chief is overwhelmed as is right now. I know you have... Takes an exceptionally long pause between words of trying to avoid a verbal landmine. It's very clear now that Maruk might just have it out for Rune. History with Director Tyrann. But it's something you're gonna have to get over. Or at least deal with when we work together to take care of Alex. No, it's hard to move past what happened, but if you need help, you can always just message. Fine. I'm fine. I get it. Sorry, Doc. Won't bother the chief. Half-littered eye just back to Maruk with machine accuracy. Marwin looks unconvinced, but lets it go as he's clearly exhausted. I'll hold you to it. To... He's just stopped mid-sentence to take a massive yawn. Managed a quick look at his teeth, which are a bit terrifying. They're uniform and clean, but as sharp as you'd expect a canine's to be. Though it seems they have some molars in the back. Gonna get a look at that, but that'll explain how they can tolerate vegetables and the like. He slumps over, almost knocking into me. Alright. Trust you, Maruk. You can handle this professionally. He's fine, by the way. Director Tyrann was discharged with no issues. That's good to hear. Sure, he's still shook up, though. Turning to face Maruk, he almost looks sad, as if disappointed in himself. Or he's just upset he can't harp on Rune anymore. Well, at least not while under the scrutiny of Morrow. After finishing my salad, I'm happy to find my next dish isn't a bowl of grains, but that broth again. Still steaming over and warm. Just cupping my hands for a while is nice. Warmth permeating my fingers. Oh, I forgot to mention. I am so sorry, Alex, but I cannot get anything done about the temperature in here. Turns out I have to charge or change the temperature on the whole floor, and for that I have to give valid reason, and I couldn't really do that without disclosing, well, you. I hope it's manageable. I believe you'll be out of here soon. If it is still too cold, let me know. I'm sure I can try and figure something out. Damn, I guess that makes sense. You probably only go over so many people's heads before they start asking questions. It's okay. Thank you, though, Morrow. Put on his massive shoulder and look up to him. Smile softly. So, anyways, Doc, besides the chief's death, is there any other news? Like this AI thing. It's gonna work, yeah? Are we just gonna hear him speak, whatever it is he's speaking, or... Once again, I am not entirely sure, to be honest. Seems like more of a translator, so maybe. I understand the concept of it, but I've never installed one myself. Professor Senna will explain it when we go get them installed. Installed. Right. Remind me to bring a magazine or something. And that shit takes forever. I remember when I got... His eyes flick to me as he stops mid-sentence. You can only assume he was lost in conversation, forgot I understand him. It takes a while is all. Wait, what? When you got what? When you got what? I'm sorry, what else? Why would he stop saying that? Why would he be... Also, why would he be comfortable sharing it with him? Of all people. What the fuck is going on there? It better not be a dick joke. I swear to fucking Christ, if that was a fucking... Oh my god. Better not be, motherfucker. Better not be. Yes, it's not a particularly expedited process, but I can assure you, it is efficient. Finish up my meal and put it on the tray. Marie pushes it to the side and pulls out the parcel. You'd be surprised how hard it was to find these. I do hope you can make use of them. Thanks. Parcel doesn't seem very large, but it is soft. After opening it, I'm happily surprised to pull out a new shirt. Material feels soft, decently stretchy, and it has some symbols on it that I cannot identify. Finding something your size did turn out to be quite a challenge as well. Technically, you're a kit size. Really? No way, really. It's embarrassing. At least Maruk thinks it's hilarious. Where'd you find something that small, Doc? Lost and found. Think it was left over from some tour. I mean, look at what it says on the front. Mara gently turns it so that Maruk can see me in the front of my new shirt. Upon reading it, he almost falls over laughing. No, Doc, that is too funny. You can't do that. I'm terrified that it says something really embarrassing myself now, so I turn to Mara, who's already caught on. Scratches the back of his head and lets out a small laugh. It's nothing bad, I promise. Do you have interns where you come from? You gotta be kidding me. Buck seems to relieve that we all have a decent laugh about it. Us win the parcel's new pair of shorts and some boxers. Boxers with a hole in them where a tail should go. Makes sense, I guess. Fortunately, that's all, though. No new socks or shoes. Guess I don't need new shoes, but I will need some new socks. Especially if the rest of this place is cold. I think I need to get going. I have to make sure everything is ready for Alex to leave here. And that means some more tests tonight. Gets up from the bench, stretching and yawning once again. I also have to meet someone fixing my lights. I think someone has come by tonight. And anyways, I must be off. Good night, Alex, and I promise when you are out of here we will have a real dinner. More than just this. Oh, thank you. Turns to leave. Reach out to stop him, but only grasp the air as he passes. I don't even know why I did that. Maruk seems to notice me doing it, but doesn't ask. Couldn't answer anyways. Good night, Maruk. Get some rest. I must see you tomorrow when everything is ready. So soon, huh? Yes, you know what it is here. Better to get this out of the way than slow it down on other projects. Sounds about right. Get some rest, Doc. No promises. The door closes. I'm sitting alone, but at least with a new shirt. Bring it up my face to see if it smells like anything. I was disappointed to find it just smells like clean laundry. Not even a hint of anything floral either. Kinda surprised it doesn't smell like, well, dog. But it feels comfy, so I don't complain. This, however, doesn't change the fact I desperately need a shower. I feel wretched. Splashing myself with water from the sink isn't a great solution either. Oh boy, it's nighttime now. Fun. This video is almost an hour long. Fun. As the lights dim in the room, I can tell it's getting late. I'm excited for tomorrow, but I barely had time to process what it really means. Might be able to talk to someone. That'll be able to hold any kind of conversation so soon, but it's unbelievable. Shouldn't get too worked up over it, though. I need to go to sleep, and I don't want to be exhausted tomorrow. A bad tendency of staying up late when I'm excited and being exhausted the next day. Like when I had my first day of college. Oh. Yeah, I did do that then, huh? Or my eyes to get rid of the water accumulating there. I was so excited to try and start something new. Water keeps coming. First day at my first college. I think I missed my first class because I was so excited. It's a deluge. Oh, all that's just gone in a heartbeat. Who cares how my life was going? It was mine. I could control it. Now this. Jesus. Yeah, okay, cool. Sobbing, my head in my hands, lying on the ground in my hair. I'm unable to hear the footsteps behind me. No, it wasn't much, and I was struggling, but it was certain. It was real. This all feels like a joke. Where am I? How did I even get here? Don't even hear the door open. You can't hear the Karen crouching next to me, yelling my name. Gentle paw on my shoulder draws my innermost ire. My bloodshot eyes burning as I struggle to see what is beyond my veil of unfettered anger. As shattered like glass, my fury dissipates. I see the face of Morrowind, a mask of horror upon his weathered muzzle. I break down again. No, I'm not emotional enough for that, no. I cry. No longer curl myself, I flop forwards, my nails clawing deeper as I fall. I cannot hear Morrowind, if he is talking at all, but I can tell he is there. He pulls my arms away, causing me to snarl, but he remains. Pulled into a warm embrace, though. My haze, it is the last thing I want. Paw holding me close, trapping me. Another patting my back, a horrid rhythm. Smells sickeningly sterile, and his uniform is rough and grating. I hate it all. I hate it all, just let me go! Let me go. Yet, I haven't felt more at home in days. Okay. Pulls me tighter. My lithe form enveloped in his warm mass. Stops squirming, just panicked shaking racks me now. I'm sorry I failed you. I had no idea you were so dreadfully unhappy. I know this is hard. I know you were struggling. I will try. I will make it easier for you. Tomorrow. He's groping his arms. A vain attempt to break free, perhaps, or just find purchase anywhere. Small ticks surge through me as I twitch this and that, this way and that. Not at all, I am still in his arms. My eyes close, exhausted and tired of seeing the inside of this cell. Eventually I drift off to the sound of my own heart, for I do not hear his. Day 4, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, this video is now an hour and 2 minutes long, and we're still not finished with this. How fucking long is this first update, bitch? Fuck is happening? I am awake. Yet I dare not move my eyes. I know where I am, and I am sure if I can face it. Not right now, at least. I have to bring myself back down, as there are no more arms to cry into. I have to try. Change is in the air. Still in my cell, alright. I'm standing up in my bed. Lights are on too, that's good. Wonder if I'm getting more used to these long days. Well, it's part of human nature. You acclimate to situations. Whomst the fuck has messaged me? Oh, it's Matthew. Okay. You finished reading the Foucault book, which Foucault's really cool. I like his philosophy. It's interesting. I've only read one of his books, though. I've only read one of his philosophy things, so, you know. Oh well, I guess. Anyway, sorry. Hope I didn't freak Doc out too much. Gonna have to stretch into this Maruk doing some more intensive stretches of his own. That'll even be for now. So I instead to freshen up as best I can for my big day. I make my way to the sink and what? Don't look in the mirror. Why? Don't look in the mirror. Don't look in the mirror. I hazard a glance. Wretched thing, reflecting back such a grim visage. Bleary eyes, dry skin, unkempt hair. Where it's so easy I'd take it down. Take it slow, right? Right? Okay. Close my eyes and splash my face with water does help greatly, at least waking me up. But ignore my shaking hands and growling stomach. I can pretend I'm a functioning humanist a rough night. It's basically a college student, yeah, pretty much. Sound of bone on glass pulled me from my stupor. Turning to see Maruk at the wall, I offer a bemused yet happy expression. Best I can do right now. At least I'm not staring at myself anymore. Waking to see what's up, I notice a tray ready for me. They there, Alex. Almost looks nervous. Was he there last night? Must have been. He's barely left. I don't remember seeing him. Maybe he fetched Mara when he saw me. That breaking down. I would explain Mara came back. Are you, feeling alright? Doc wanted to know. He stopped by to drop off some stuff for you. You were asleep and, well, he didn't want to wake you. I also didn't want to wake you, that is. Anyways, today's the day, I guess. Learning AI and all that. I didn't know when it will be ready. Doc said maybe by the 12th mark at the earliest. 23rd at the latest. So, eat this and try to relax. Or whatever. Doc said it might get busy. Thank you, Maruk. Soon I hope those words find purchase. Well, I hope he at least understands them. After getting my breakfast, I sit down to relax. Everything still feels off. As if the cell could drain more of my spirits. It's a quiet morning. Well, they've all been quiet, but this one feels exceptionally so. It's not something you think about till it's gone, really. Background noise. Sure, there aren't a ton of birds in space or wind blowing through the trees. Just silence. Maybe not silence, but a different kind of void. Pipes gurgling, lights thrumming, and every so often a footstep can be heard running down the hall. Mechanical choir. Okay, I liked that. That was a cool little, that's a cool little one. I like that. That's cool. That's a cool sentence. Marks feel like they crawl by at times, and then next I know it's 3 marks later. Or at least that's what time Maruk says it is. Can't bring myself to do much, and Maruk looks busier than ever, frantically swiping through menus and sending messages. Wonder how many are about me. Wonder how many are because of me. Okay, so if I look at this, like this writing looks interesting. It's a bunch of weird pictographs, kind of, and that looks like a power sign, kind of. Rook steps out to grab us lunch. Still no word in the schedule, though. I ate lunch in the same placid grayness I ate breakfast in. Just dull, numb, empty. Shocked awake, I frantically turned to Maruk. His expression mirrors mine. Is this it? Our eyes meet. Just look at his monitor. Follow suit. I feel my blood flowing again. My senses returning. Change is in the air. Scrolls through a few messages and stands up. He just looks at me, nods, and leaves. Wait, is that it? What does that mean? Maruk! No response. Pushing myself as far against the glass as I can proves fruitless. He's already gone. Feel awake, alive. Hell, I'm practically bouncing off the walls at this point. It's like so exciting. This is my escape, I think. Still a bit vague, but it has to be. Finishing my lunch in a rush, I stand, pressed up against the glass, waiting. After a mark or so passes, my giddiness subsides. I think they did mention this could take a while. I have no idea what they really are even doing. I know it has something to do with the neurals, but that's about it. It feels like another mark. I found myself lying back on my bed. To be trapped here any longer, new sheets might be nice. Wonder how long it will take to ask for that. I wonder what they have to learn first. Do I need to teach them nouns? Or sentence structure? Can they learn slang? I feel Tyr should have maybe talked with me beforehand and explained all of this, but it's too late for that now. Decide to sit and journal what little has changed. I find I do not write much. Maybe it's best to take a day off and let things actually happen. Every little sound sets me off. can't help but glance at the door. Well, what I can see of the door at least. All my morning malaise is gone and replaced with this need to talk to someone. Gah! Right? Waiting is the worst. So just pacing and pacing, and I hear the door open. It's time. My eyes shoot wide and I bound over to the wall. Realizing I look like a monster pressed up against the glass, staring. I back up a bit, but just a bit. Oh, geez. Okay, hello. It's a party. Tyr comes in first, followed by Maro, Maruk, and Rune. Marwyn looks exhausted. They all do. Wonder how many hours they're putting in for me. I'll have to thank them soon. So soon. Hello and good day, Alex. Now, before you say anything, and I mean anything, let me try to explain this the best I can. I'm so excited. I'm worried I might forget this. I wonder if I should write it down, but I cannot move. I can take my eyes off the Karen who's given me this tremendous gift. All three of your guardians have just downloaded the neural learning AI I spent the past few days programming. In the simplest terms possible, it will mimic what you say through context. So, for example, and I mean example, please do not respond until I say so. If Dr. Marwyn to say hello and you were to respond in kind, the AI will take your response and list it as an appropriate response, then translate it to Karen. This can be troublesome if you were to say something wrong. For example, if Security Chief Saris were to say hello, and you were to respond with goodbye, the AI will register that as an appropriate response to hello, and you might have to deal with that error until we fix it. Now don't be too worried, the AI can learn if you were simply making a mistake or misspoke. But let's not push it too much. It's not my best work. Oh no, that's bad. A bit of a rush job, all things considered. Yeah, I should have been writing that down. Doesn't sound too complicated, but I'll try to remember to watch what I say, at least for a while. So exciting, though. I know I have to take it slow, but the possibilities astound me. I'm ready. Now, this is quite overdue, but hello, Alex. Is that my cue? Tyr gives me a small smile and polite head nod. This is it then, and here goes nothing. Hello, Professor Senna. Immediately, all three of my guardians show a reaction. Something akin to a mix of discomfort and pain, almost. Wait, this isn't hurting them, is it? Yeah, no, that's gonna be annoying. That was him, though. He said hello. By the eye, that's good. I was only fairly sure it would work at all. Only fairly sure. And oh yes, about the discomfort. I have heard it can be discombobulating at first, but I've also heard it passes quite quickly. You have all day, and more, to get used to it. Tyr noticed my worried expression. Oh, why yes. Don't worry. Everything is fine. The neural isn't always set up for this kind of thing. It'd be quite jarring to hear a voice in your head and out loud. They hear you in their head more than when you talk normally now, as not to hear you twice. Well, that sounds awful, but it does indeed pass soon. Now go on. Intrude yourselves. Again. Introduce yourself. Okay, wow. Good grief. Trust me, it helps. Yeah. I'm at the security, Lieutenant Maruk Saris. Hello, Maruk. I'm Alex. Small wince and some shut eyes. I can tell it's working. Greeting, Alex. I am Head Dr. Marwyn Seno. Greetings, Marwyn. Oh, yeah, Alex. You know I'm head of, Director Rune Tyrion. Maintenance. Hi, Rune. Yeah, that's working all right, Chief. Is there anything else we should do? Can't exactly ask some question we don't know the answer, right? Correct, Saris. Asking a question with a vague answer could just prove tedious or worse.
Useless. Questions must have one specific answer to build vocabulary. If you were to ask, "How are you today?" with no concept of the words they would answer with, you'd get nothing and confuse the AI. But if you were to ask, "What is this?" while asking about, let's say, a book, you'll get a definitive answer. Mimicry is also an option, although a tedious one. If you understand that you are saying a sentence and it would be spoken back to you verbatim, then the AI can figure that out and add all those words and their context to its memory. If you'd like, you could spend all day simply reading a dictionary back and forth one another. Like I said, tedious, hence why I had you clear your schedules. Speaking of schedules, I must depart. There's more news coming back for me, and hopefully this time isn't gibberish. By the eye, I hope it's not gibberish. Anyways, goodbye to you all. Goodbye, Alex.
Goodbye, dear. Smiles. I think even without a neural he understands. Walking down the hall, he offers one last
Good luck
before heading out. It's nice. It's a lot. And it's so complicated and confusing, but I think this is it. Marwan and Roan offer me similar smiles, and even Maruk's scowl softens a bit. But where do we even begin? Seems they are also wondering about this issue the same as I am.
So, Doc, you got any ideas?
Me? Why me?
You're the smartest one here, of course.
Well, flattering, I'm unsure if that is true. Director Tyrion is very talented and knows his way around the station like no other.
Yeah, okay, he's the best janitor we've ever had, but really, Doc, I'm lost here. I'm afraid to even ask his name again.
Marwan rolls his eyes. Rune looks like he's zoning out again. Did these three just fall apart without supervision? Alright, let's start with something simple. Professor Seno mentioned we can ask questions with a definitive answer. That sounds like a good way to learn something, so let's do that. Alex, do you mind pulling over your possessions? Perhaps we can start there. Oh boy, item recognition. We really have to take it this slow, huh? Okay, I have to fucking mention something. This fucking AI is fucking crazy, okay? The fact it's like, oh yes, you just say a fucking word, and then it, like, captures the context of like, if you say an exact sentence and then the person's back, it can capture the context, what the word, that's fucking insane. That is so goddamn advanced. There is no, oh my god. Okay, if Tyr says this is the best, then sure thing. Picking up my meager possessions for the crew, I see they have rearranged slightly. Doc is waiting at the door to come in, while Rune has moved away from Maruk. Or perhaps Maruk moved away from Roan. Looking at Doc with a confused expression, he simply turns and smiles. I feel silly on that side of the wall and thought I'd come in. Yeah, alright, is that alright? Oh. Wait! I just realized we have no concept of what yes and no is. Please say yes for the neural or nod. Oh, damn, good catch. I'll be careful these commentators not to get too confused. Well, this seems like a time to do my foreign as a negatives. Yes, I say nodding. Barely even flinch anymore. Guess it was just the shock of hearing something in your head more than anything that surprised him. Doc sighed and sat in my cell, taking a seat in front of Rune. Thank you, Alex. Alright, I suppose we should get started, if you join us. Sit in front of Marok, I splay my books in the center. Splay my goods in the center of our circle and pick up a pencil. Wonder if this is even an important word to learn, but when I notice Doc is looking with bated breath, my decision is made for me. Fortunately for them, I quickly run out of objects for show and tell. I'm able to point out my clothes, my body parts, and the room. Arm, bed, chair, eyes, shirt, wall, socks, pencil, etc. Seem to be getting it all. Taking in these simple nouns. While important, I'm not entirely sure how essentialities are right now. Seems like we can skip the basics and cover any concept through mimicry. Besides, I'm being impatient. Perhaps I'm being impatient, I just want to ask questions. Oh, I have a question that has been on my mind. What do you call yourself? Rather your species. Now, that might be helpful for him. Something to help him in his research. Well, at least something to put on his files. Point to myself for emphasis, I say my best caveman voice. Human. I keep going, but I'm afraid I just confused them. Doc just looked dumbstruck. He quickly scribbled down some notes before smiling again. Like I said, a name for all the documents he has to organize, I'm sure. So, how long do you think it'll take before we can switch from simple words, single words to, like, actual sentences? Well, could be a while. Maybe covering some key concepts could help, but I wouldn't know where to start. Both seem stumped. Looking to ruin the poor guy still seems pretty zoned out. Wish I could help, but I just really can't right now. An idea pops in my head, though. Want to see how powerful this idea of learning through context is. Pointing at myself, I announced to the room, I am human. Yeah, we covered that already. This guy's thick. Pointing to them, I announce, you are Karen, which seems to hit the mark. Oh. Ah, very smart, Alex. Understand some vocabulary like that might be beneficial. See what else can we work on, Rune mumbles something. Do you have a suggestion, Rune? Really, anything helps.
I I was just thinking, maybe something along the lines of setting up questions for Alex. Like, what is this? Or who are you? If you wanted more words like that.
I suppose we could try to figure out how to ask that. Let's see, Alex, do you believe you could ask who Marok is? Wait, he already knows who I am. Why would he ask again? Weren't you listening to Rune? It's just to set up more sentences for the eye. Whatever. Let's go away, I guess. Anyways, please ask who is here or similar. I think if we've already forgotten, I can just mimic sentences and that would work. Oh well, this is still something. Who is he? They get it. Fantastic work, Rune. That was a good question indeed. Although it may take some time to really get this going, it's a good start. Yeah, so on the topic of good words to know about, like why and how, yeah, those will help when we can finally interrogate him. What, me? I notice my sudden decline in mood and quickly elaborates. Maruk, stop that. There isn't gonna be an interrogation, Alex, don't worry. I don't even know what I'd tell them. But, oh no. We still do have some questions we'd like to at least know how you'd answer. That's all. Hey, don't fret. I promised I'd take care of you, right? Weed. Makes an effort to include Mark and Rune. Take care of you. Promises nothing like interrogation. Mark is just being himself, I suppose. Stare at essentially come back down before nodding, looking back to the other two. They're interesting grip time with my guardians for sure. Though I must say, Mark was being, let's say, at least a bit intentionally adversarial. Dave, I don't see the issue with being thorough. You were both doing your jobs, let me do mine. He mumbles something which catches him a glare from Maruk. As I was saying... Oh my, what was I saying? How great my idea was, of course. Oh, yes. Learning your words for why and how will prove helpful when asking and answering questions, to be sure. Do you mind perhaps just asking me how are you? Even though I loathe to prove Maruk correct, this may indeed be a good way to allow me to ask more questions. But since they know when I say their names, I decide there's something I'd like to ask instead. How are you, Roan? His ears twitch, as if coming out of a daze, but eventually come to face me and the rest of the circle. His eyes look between the three of us. Me? Oh, I'm fine. It's hard to think of any way to help out. Dr. Morrowind and, Maruk seem to have it covered. Nonsense, Rune. I appreciate your help so far. But take your time if you need to. This is a lot to take in for sure. Rune sneaks me a smile before returning to his usual state of seeming unease. Appreciate having him here at least. Doc, that's great, but we still need why. Alex, can you just say why or something? They give him a short, very intentional bit of side eye. I decide not to push it today. Cooperation with all three that'll make this go much faster. Why? I consider adding "Are you so dumb" to the end, but I know that would cause me issues down the line, so I stay my tongue for now. So where are we going with this book? Should we just be asking questions for them to be replete or something? What? Believe me, I have a good idea and I'm out. I had one I. Oh. Yes, it may be a slow repetitive process for a while until they have enough, but rather, we have enough vocabulary to simply infer new words from context. If you wish to take a break, I won't hold it against you. I will, however, continue for now. Mark looks between us, possibly deciding if he would rather be here 6 feet to his left sitting on a bench, and sighs. Reaches himself in a more comfortable sitting position. No, just asking is all. Doubt he's anything better to do. I know I don't. Noticing Doc tapping his notepad, an idea comes to mind, though. Perhaps a decent leap in logic, but one I'd like to try. Turn to Doc and clear my throat. Oh? Do you have something you'd like to say? Really hope this works. Reach out my hand, palm up, and hold it up in front of him. May I have your pencil? See Doc's expression shift from confusion to understanding as he smiles and drops his frankly oversized pen into my hand. Thank you. Huh. You've said that one. You said that one so many times already, I could have guessed it. Brilliant idea. Perhaps the AI is smarter than we are giving it credit for if it can understand sentences like that so easily. There a brushing sound behind me. Turning to see what it is, the room was empty. When I turn back, I feel something brush against my hand. Set my head around towards where it came from, just to see Doc's tail brushing against me. Oh, my God! I hadn't noticed that they did that like normal dogs. Maybe because I'm stuck with the Mohican doesn't have a tail. Wait, does he have a tail? He must, right? Doc must have noticed I basically staring at his butt. Oh, sorry, Alex. Did I scare you? Damn thing, can't control it sometimes. No, it is. Wait, you probably don't. Well, sometimes in our species, happy, it's quite embarrassing, really. Our tails wag, you see. It's a reflexive impulse. I didn't even notice I was doing it. I do apologize. I must have grabbing his tail and look up at him. I can't really say it's okay, so I hope a thank you will suffice. I think it does. Oh boy. Oh boy, how much time has passed. How much time has passed, indeed. After a few marks of repeating words back and forth, I think we can almost hold a conversation. Well, at least enough to get me through asking for basic things and not having them just staring at me. It was really good to finally be able to communicate with them. Even just this is really making me feel better. Oh, I think Mom's home. My days of charades and Pictionary are over. Doc's just writing away at his notes. Maruk is either being surprisingly useful or just staying quiet, and Rune... I'd love to take Rune aside and ask if he's actually okay, but for now he's fine. He brought up some good points here and there, but for the most part he's kind of been staring at a wall. Maybe I can... Alex, are you okay? Shit, zoning out myself. Oh, sorry, I'm okay. It's incredible we come so far to be able to say that in less than a day. Wonder how much they intend to learn before I can get out of here. Guess I can ask soon enough at this rate. Glad to hear. I was thinking perhaps you could try to ask some questions. You did so well earlier, and now our improved knowledge of your language I was thinking it might help us skip some steps. That makes sense. Oh boy. Question I've had. I have hundreds of questions. This whole place is confusing to me. Something easy to ask, though. Oh. Maybe that could work. Where am I? Doc seems a bit hesitant at first. Does he not want to tell me? You're in the holding cell. Maruk. Bedside manners. What? He asked. There's no reason to be terse about it. Is that what you meant, Alex? No, like, where am I? Space? Planet? I think we went over some of those words earlier. It's hard to keep track. Just are up and around me, but I'm not sure the message gets across. He means the station, Doctor. And beyond, I think. Three of us turned to Rune. Sure, at least one of them forgot he was even here. He's mostly been quiet for like, for almost a half a mark now or so. Wonder how he understood me, though. Maybe just good intuition. Not add validity to a statement. Oh. Good grief. I'm not, Is there a problem, Doc? Oh, well, You remember when they were so kind to show us their system before? Yeah. And? Well, I believe they may have figured it out, but... Leans in the wall and whispers the rest to Maruk. Expression doesn't change. Doc, you can only treat them like a kid so much. Wait, what? Oh my god, really? Oh my god. Doc, you can only treat them like a kid so much. Like you said, they probably figured out already. Very well. Alex, I have something to tell you then in regards to where you are. This is news is shocking. Please know I'm here for you if you need me. Gently lays a paw next to me. I have a feeling this will confirm what I believe, but it's important to hear it. You are on the Icoroid 2 in the Elrayan system. We do not believe you are from this system at all, though. Still a bit of a shocking thing to hear, even though I thought I was ready. Sway managed to stay up until Doc was ready to catch me if he needed to. Please continue. All right. Looks worried. Still unsure why he cares so much, but I will not complain. His compassion has helped me out more than I can say. We are located. Wait! What is it, Maruk? Look, I know he doesn't have a ship or anything, but telling him where our station is seems risky is all I'm saying. Maruk, are you kidding? What? No, I'm trying to keep us all safe. Maruk, he's no threat to us. I think he's proved that enough. Listen, you tell him if you have to, but just remember what I said. If we get attacked by more aliens, that's on you. Your concern is noted. Thank you, Officer Maruk. Anyways. Alex, we are in orbit around the planet Dees. System only has 7 planets compared to your 9. I'd be happy to show you a chart of them. Or perhaps another time. I hope this is what you wanted. We're asking to hear. Thank you. Vision blurs as I tear up. Dot looks a bit worried, and even the others take notice. Wiping them away with a small sniff while I try to keep it together. It's nothing new. I've known this for a while now, just not the specifics. Just gotta take it as it comes. Turn to Doc and make sure he knows I'm okay. I can tell he's worried. Thank you, really. He's unconvinced, but we move on. Feel free to ask any other questions you have. You can, of course. We are happy to help in any way possible. Maruk rolls his eye, but gives a half-assed nod. And I think Rune just wants to leave. Don't think I blame him. Rune is silent for a while. As no one can think of anything, just the sound of Morrow scribbling some notes down. Well, since Maruk was worried about you bringing other humans, you could just tell them that you don't know about the fucking system. That you didn't know other aliens existed. That would be a good thing to tell them. Fortunately, something breaks the silence. Embarrassingly, though, for me, it's from my stomach. I must be getting close to dinner. Oh my, well, would you look at the time? Sorry, Alex, it is time to eat you some to eat, isn't it? Mark, do you mind? Yeah, fine. The usual. Yes. Oh, Roan, do you want anything? What? Oh, dinner. I should probably be going, actually. I have things to fix. Are you sure? Will you at least stay for dinner? Feel bad. I'm sure he'd be happier anywhere but here. But I'd really like to be able to talk to him some more. He's been so helpful today, and well, he's actually always been helpful, if just a bit scatterbrained. So I had to pull the trigger. Please, Roan. Looks a bit shocked, as if he didn't expect me to care. A small smile assures me I was wrong. Oh, all right. For dinner, I suppose. Wonderful. Maruk, if you don't mind. Yeah, I get it. He keeps talking to himself as he walks down the hallway, but I cannot hear him. So, Director Rune. Just room, please. Sorry. I mean,
If you don't mind.
Oh, of course. I've always found honorifics a bit much anyway. So, Rune, how do you feel about all this?
Well, this.
Yes, the learning eye, taking care of our guest here. Curious about your thoughts on it all.
Um. It's nice?
Oh, is that so?
Yeah. They seem nice. And helpful.
Helpful?
Yeah. They, offered help out. Kinda. Well, I asked. I think we're gonna hang out. Is all. I mean, that's my job, besides fixing things now. But like, you get it right.
Well, as long as you're happy with the position. I see it as one of the great opportunities to meet and socialize with someone of another species. Whales learn about them in the process. But I suppose hanging out is also good. Don't have much time as I'd wish to simply relax these days.
Feel that's mostly my fault. No, he's busy, but I wonder how much of it is me. Sorry.
By the heart. No, Alex, there's nothing to apologize for. Well, some here might be confused by your sudden appearance here. I'm absolutely excited. Any extra work I have to take on to learn about you is work I'll happily do. Truth, it was getting quite dull here before you arrived. And well, Professor sent his experiment. But since you're worried about it, maybe you can repay and just hang out with me instead of working. Not telling the professor.
Wait, Doc wants to hang out with me as well. I guess I shouldn't be surprised since he's always so excited to see me, but still. Guess I expect a level of professionalism that would prevent him from relaxing ever. Glad I'm wrong. I think I can do that. And also still more to learn about more about that experiment though. Though it seemed it's still really under wraps right now. Might haven't be done since all the data is weird or whatever. Wait, what was that thing you said? Guess I can ask now. Morrow?
Yes?
What is by the heart?
By the. Oh, I'm sorry, that must make no sense to you. It's a bit confusing. It's a religious ideal that has influenced our language in many ways. That makes sense.
So wait, is that how they say God damn it or the likes? Must be. But I swear they've said in different ways. Can you explain it?
Oh, sure. I don't practice, well, not much. But it's fairly simple. It's all started when early Karen looked up to the sky, and the sky stared back. Well, they saw an eye. Well, some saw an eye, some saw a heart, some saw nothing. So they saw it as a divine being of some sorts and began to worship it. Anyways, the main tenet is the belief that all Karen are good. Simple enough. It gets complicated when you consider the many different ways it can be interpreted. And by definition, what is good? Truth, though, as the years have passed, it has not been as popular in practice. Because when we look up at the heart, nowadays, we know there's no God, but.
A star?
Yes, thank you, Rune. And truth, we have found that the eye is a star, or rather a system, in a void. A void an area where there are very few stars or systems. So it appear as one great eye in the sky. It goes by many names: the eye, the heart, even the void. It's not even the only religion on our planet, if you can believe that. It just happens to be a long-lasting and popular one.
Wonder if we can see this eye from where we are. Sounds kind of amazing. No wonder they worshipped it. Thank you.
Oh, of course. Any question you have, I'd be more than happy to answer.
We can hear the door open.
It looks seems food has arrived.
Dot moves over the door, which opens into man somehow and waits for Maruk.
Took long enough, Maruk. Oh, wait, I'll starve before you got back. You? Starve? I'd like to see you try.
Relationship between these two continues to confound me. Seems like they are old friends, but I can't tell at times. After handing off the tray to Doc, he sits back down next to Rune, half-heartedly handing him another wrapped burger. Thank you for the food.
Uh-huh.
I guess he's not yelling at them. Still, when they can understand me better, I'll be sure to at least ask what's up with them. My array of food is the same as always. Shouldn't complain, because at least it's not porridge, but I can't wait for that dinner Doc promised. Actually, wait, speaking of Doc, where's his food? Have I seen him eat anything yet? I feel like my Rips always brings food for him and myself, but never for Doc. I suppose since he's outside the cell, a lot of his time to eat then.
Rune's always said when he comes here. Try to ask. Morrow? Are you hungry? I just want to try and get the meaning across. Oh, no. Thank you, Alex, but I'm trying to eat at work. Bad habit and all. It's not really the answer I was expecting, but I'll take his word for it. I don't think eating myself is as bad as eating in the lab, but maybe had a bad experience once. I'll be happier if he ate something. Dinner is pretty quiet. Either no one has anything to say or we're all just lost in our own thoughts. Thux seems occupied taking notes, and Maruk and Rune seem occupied trying to pretend the other doesn't exist. Doesn't take long, though, for the plates to be emptied. I should really go now, though. I have to prepare schedules for the upcoming week soon. And maybe some other things. Well, it's been a pleasure having you, Rune. See you tomorrow, yes? Oh, yeah, right. I'll be in sometime tomorrow. I have to check some things. Myself. Then I can come in. No worries, of course. Have a good night, Director. Stands up to leave, but I can't have him leave without offering a good night Rune of my own. Turns to face me and offers a small smile on the edge of his persistent frown. See you tomorrow, Alex. Then he's gone. Wait by the wall to hear the door open for him. Doc yawns. Must be getting late. Or they're all just tired. It's been a long few days for them. Me, I suppose. Could really use a break, or some kind. Although I'm not really sure what that would entail. Maybe I shouldn't get my hopes up. Hey, Doc, how do you figure this is going? Huh? Like, is this what the chief expects to do, or do we have a deadline or something? Oh, well, to be honest, I'm not sure how much he's worried about all this. No matter how important this is. He's preoccupied. If you want a specific deadline, I'd expect us to learn anything Alex can say for at least a week or so. If that's soon at all. And the captain is still working out a release schedule with my input. And your recommendation, of course. Nah. You don't have to lie to me, Doc. I know what power I hold here. She does value your input, Noruk. She just has different opinions. Sure. Whatever. So we letting them out before then, or... So we're gonna talk about me when I can hear you. You know? I got like half of that. Look, I'm trying to take care of the crew first and you second, alright? You're getting out of here as far as I know. Just trying to make sure it's safe for everyone. It should be. Our blood work has come back better than expected, and I think I'm just starting with a clean medical record soon enough. You say so, Doc. It's good news. I would take no joy in accidentally spreading disease amongst the crew. Still, seems like there is more behind the scenes than just the possibility of me carrying some virus. Don't know a lot about medication virology, but it'd be cool to ask Doc about it sometime. See how I differ from them as a species. Oh, Maruk, I was meaning to ask. Do you have everything sorted out for the next month or at least? Know you had your meeting, but I, well, forgot to ask. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Doc. I'm gonna be a lot over time for the crew, but I think they'll pull through. Good, good. I'll be sure to make sure you get some time off as well. No being in here can't be that entertaining. Doc realizes faux pas. The jolt and quickly turns to me. For either of you, you'll both have some time to relax in the future. I'll make sure of it. Although when I cannot say. We still have some work that needs to be done. You won't hear me complaining, Doc. You might hear me complaining, though. Doc looks shocked. Do you understand me? Maybe he just didn't plan to make a joke. Certainly not one about something that he knows I've been struggling with. Eventually, though, his shock curls into a smile, which breaks into a hearty laugh. Well, feel free to complain at any of us if you need anything. Doc gives me a mopey smile before yawning again with a big stretch this time. Ugh, I might have to call it here for tonight, Alex. Be back in the morning. Prepare some sentence for us, perhaps. Something to help us learn a bit faster, maybe. Sorry I have to head out, but if I stay here any longer, I might pass out. I guess I was right. It is getting late. Sad to see Doc go, which I think he picks up on, but don't press the issue. Simply wave goodbye and offer a good night, Marwin. See you in the morning. Simply smiles and waves written out, giving a small farewell to Murray before leaving. Once I can tell he's gone, I flop on the floor. Must be more tired than I had thought. Oh boy. Ah, that's more like it. Staring at the ceiling has become a routine for me, but now I wonder if I'll miss it. Probably not, but I've been thinking about things of that ilk recently. Small things you don't even know you miss. Sure, all the ceilings look like this. Really, I really am tired of getting worried over a ceiling. Small knock on the glass startled my attention. You dead in there? Apply with a single finger. Don't really think it translates. Shame. Sign, I slip and face Maruk. Fine, thank you. He gives me a quick one over before simply shrugging and going back to his bench. The earlier idea comes back to mind. I try to see if he's been hiding a tail from me this whole time. Staring his butt with curious intent, for it was fruitless as his jacket is too long. He does have a tail, it is indeed very short. Maybe another time. Moseying over to my desk, I take a seat. It's far too late to write anything comprehensive. Not to mention too dark, but I still feel it's too early to go to sleep. Be worried I'd wake up super early again. Get all my belongings organized, making sure I didn't somehow lose something, and just end up filling with a pen. Now that I think about it, feels weird to see Doc using a pen to take notes when Maruk has a damn hologram projector thing that can summon from his bracelet at any given time. Seems kind of outdated. Maybe it's just a habit. Wonder what he's been writing to. Sure, studying me has been fascinating for him, and at least some of the Karens seem to tolerate or and appreciate my. Turn to face Maruk is staring down at me. Feel like we've been here before. Put on my best unimpressed face and stare back, trying to meet a scout, the closest human equivalent. When neither of us moves for a while, I shake my head at him as if to say, well, wait, I can just ask that now. Well, glitches and blinks a few times, as if coming out of a trance. Wait, was he zoning out too? Almost looks nervous? No, I can't imagine how he'd look if he was nervous. Bows himself and clears his throat. They just wanted to give you a few warnings about when you get out of here. This can't possibly be a threat, right? Oh my god, I didn't realize this video. Oh my shit. Holy fucking Christ. Okay. This can't possibly be a threat, right? No. Even if he doesn't like me, we're past that. Okay. I think you're smart enough figured out that getting out of this cell is going to be the end of your problems. And things will be more hectic on the outside. You'll have myself, Doc, and Rune, says through bared teeth, to go after you. Well, that will mean a lot to some people. It won't make you untouchable. Mean that literally and figuratively. Most Karen here wouldn't be dumb to try anything when I'm around, but I wouldn't always be around. So just keep an eye out, I guess, okay? You understand me, right? I mean, kind of. Just squints at me. Understand what he is saying, but I have very little concept of what goes on outside these walls, so I can't really say I understand all of it. Just don't get into trouble, okay? Try to turn around and leave, but I won't have that cryptic message be the last thing he says to me. Hey, wait. What do you mean? And like, why do you care? See the cogs working his head to figure out what I said. His response elucidates me. I mean that you've been told that our captains are putting their faith in you. And she is not someone you want to disappoint. Believe you me, I know. And it's my job, that's why. Just as it's Doug's job, and just as it's his. We don't need you to end up in the worst way you already are. Now go to sleep. There's a lot to be done tomorrow. Can't help but just stare at him, a bit slack-jawed, as he goes. I know nothing about anyone or anything beyond my cell wall. Not even the Karen who's been trapped with me this whole time. I want to keep talking, see what else there is to be said. But he's right. I feel the lethargy creeping in my bed calling. Tomorrow. Yeah. Tomorrow is a new day. Change is in the air. Is this the end? Is this the end of it? Oh my god. Holy fucking shit. How long is this update? This is my. Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, man. We're already almost to... Okay, okay, I need to... Almost an hour 50 minutes now. After this, I'm probably just gonna take a shower, because, yeah. Damn it. Couldn't quite make it through the whole night. Happens, I guess. Sitting in my bed, a small shiver crawls down my skin. It's just ever so slightly too cold in here. Maybe I just never get used to the AC that much when I was home. Or I never turned it high enough, but it feels like someone has just turned it up a bit too much. It's uncomfortable, but I can forget about it. Sometimes. Looking around, it is clearly still night as the lights are off. You can also tell it's already too late to simply roll over and go back to bed. Getting up, I get a glass of water and head over to the wall. Maruk is still asleep. I know he doesn't appreciate me watching him sleep, but I'll have to excuse me this once. He almost looks cute sleeping. Mouth open, tongue sticking out a bit, laying at just an off angle. Can't imagine it's comfortable, but he seems to be able to sleep through the night. I know I should divorce my concept of what dogs are like back home, what Karen are, but it's almost impossible. They are just so similar. Even looking at Maruk now, it's hard not to make comparisons. Maybe some comparisons are okay. Keep me grounded, in a sense. Wonder if that'll be horrifying for them, though. Concept of a dog. They don't seem like they have primates here. Or nothing that looks like me, at least. But tell them that they are almost analogous with a species back home would probably freak them out. Might make for a fun story. Another time, though. Take a seat at the desk and take another sip. Wonder if they really care about me. Well, I mean, this is complicated. They obviously care enough not to dispose of me. But am I just an oddity to them? It must be. Although, Varun and Doc seem to at least put up the front of caring about me. Guess it could just be a front. I hope not. Maybe I shouldn't be worrying about this at God knows when in the morning. Void knows when. I don't know if I can make that work. But my consciousness slowly being excised and replaced with torpor. My eyes slowly flitting open and closed in a losing battle to stay awake. Battle I am quick to concede. Boy. Day fucking 5. Oh my god, is this fucking thing going to be... Is this video gonna... Is this fucking first update gonna take out fucking 4 videos? Holy shit. Shit. I fall asleep at my desk. I'm sore as hell. So my eyes, I went with the reality that I did in fact fall asleep at my desk. Let's try not to do that again. You're gonna need to stretch or something. I feel terrible. Looking to the wall, I see... Fuck! Fall back on my ass, taking the chair with me. That's what you get for watching me sleep. Not gonna happen again. Stare up at him in total shock. His eyes look a bit half-lit and his outfit a wrinkled mess. Did he wake up early just to do that? Bastard. But I guess it was kind of funny. Funny barring my sore butt. My expression does not express that humor, though. Jackass. I'm more into you, too. I guess. Get up and stretch my back as well as I can, which is not much. Don't think I sprained anything, but a shock like that so early in the morning can't be good for me. Rick seems irrelevant in his little victory. Although, I don't think he accounted for something. I think I have him trapped. Well, there go morning plans. Shame. Guess we'll just have to have a chat instead. Maybe you should go back to bed. You are looking sleepy. Mirth is drowned from his face, realizes what I'm implying. Even if he can't understand all of it. Curses to himself quietly and turns to face me. Eyes now half-lidded, now not in drowsiness, but in accusatory stare. I liked you better when I couldn't understand you. But fine. I get that you really talk about, though. You drive a hard bargain, but deal. What? I could barely understand what you just said. Take it slow. You're lucky I can understand you at all. Shit, right? Shouldn't push it, really. We've only had this luggage for less than a day. Still need time to learn my vocabulary, let alone idioms. Sorry. Right. The topic? Murray gives me a shifty look before gazing off, as if to ponder what to talk about. Guess he didn't have anything in mind. It is pretty early in the morning, I think. Duh. So, I know I've asked this already, but what are you? And before you answer all stupid and innocent, I mean, you call yourself a human, yeah? You're like some kind of mammal, I'm assuming. I vaguely remember Doc saying something like that. Can you finally answer what your title is? Are you a scientist? A soldier? An explorer? Be a bit flattered that he's so interested in me, if I didn't know that he still wants to interrogate me and is still a bit, let's say, cautious about letting me out of my cell. Still, no better way to assuage his fears than talking to him like this. Should count my blessings as even bothering to talk to me now. Oh yeah, I'm a mammal. Warm blood, bones on the inside, that stuff. Forgot what defined mammals exactly. I think live birth is another. I'll skip that for now. As far as the title goes, well, student. I read, I write papers, go to classes. You get what I'm saying? Some of it. It's weird. Didn't know the word for mammal in your language. Until you said it after saying yeah, I'm a, and it filled in. The rest was a bit messy. You learn for a living? Well, no, I go to school. I'm being taught. Like this right now, kind of. Oh, a student. That's disappointing. Disappointing? Eh, I expected more for someone age to find their way into such a secure place. Well, since you brought it up, I do happen to like the title of Explorer. It's a bit infuriating trying to get the read on you. What do you mean? Well, I can barely understand half what you're saying, but also just look at you. My brain is telling me I shouldn't be able to talk to you at all. Your lack of ear and tail movements is fucking annoying. I have to just settle for your facial expression to understand you. Just confusing. But you have facial expressions too. Why do you need ear and tail movements? These are your questions, damn it. Fuck. Why ear is important? It's. I don't know if you'd understand. I haven't seen you move your ears once. Can you even? Move your ears, I mean. Not really. Some people can, but it's more, for show. You wouldn't understand, I guess. No, I get it. We have some species back home that do the same thing. Just asking why do you need to focus on people's ears when you can talk and you also have defined facial expressions? Look, I'm trying to be polite here, kid, but please. When you talk gibberish at me, it hurts a bit, alright? I got some of that. We use our ears for, little things. Sometimes it just happens. Guess it's the same as a facial expression. Look, ask Doc or something, I can't describe it. Sorry. It's fine. Did you say something else? Don't know if it's worth bringing up again, but he seems curious. Well, or at least polite enough to feign curiosity. Other species back home use ears to talk. Wait, what? So do you have an understanding of why ears are important to communication? Well, yes and no. We understand they use them, but not what they are saying. So it's a more primitive species. We have those too. I guess it's probably obvious. Think I'll refrain from telling him what they look exactly like him, but on four legs and a lot less advanced. Still not really sure how to approach that topic. Decided to show it for now. So, any other questions? Even a cold stare from Maruk feels like a pretty clear answer. Though to my surprise, decided to continue our conversation. So you could understand this from the beginning, yeah? Like, right when we first saw you? Yeah, pretty much. Is that normal for you? No, definitely not. I can only speak one language. Couldn't even understand any other language back home. Do you have a lot of language where you're from? A few. Meh. Sounds about right. Still,
It doesn't sit right with me. Seemed beneficial, at least now, though. Yeah? I guess. Still freaks me out a bit. I mean, I've been freaked out since I got here, so... It's like my killer joke, Maruk doesn't laugh. So he didn't get it. The awkward sounds become unbearable. I foolishly try to reignite some kind of conversation. So, plans for today? What of them? Are we doing anything? Same thing I've done every day for the past week. Make sure you don't leave your cell. Try to keep order, etc., etc. Right. Sorry. It's fine. You can understand everything, right? You know how things are right now, right? Well, I can understand the words, but not all the meanings. That makes sense. Oh, great. We have opposite problems. How helpful. Yeah, I guess. So, door down the hall shoots open, cutting off Maruk's inquiry. Maruk just clears his throat and steps back to see who is coming. Guess we'll pick up on that some other time. Since Maruk doesn't flinch to attention, I'm pretty sure it's safe to assume it's just good old... Good morning, Maruk. Good morning, Alex. We're already getting to work this morning. Wonderful. Yep. Seems you brought breakfast too. Thank goodness. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that this entire VN so far, except for like the very beginning, has taken place in a single room, and I have not gotten bored the entire time. That is fucking impressive. Like, barring the format errors and the punctuation errors and the spelling errors and all that, the fact I haven't gotten bored once, and it's all been in one room, is amazing to me. Also, this fucking video is now over 2 hours long, and it's still not over. Fucking Christ. After dropping off something for Maruk to eat, he walks straight to the door and lets himself in, situated himself right next to me again. It's not unusual now, he's been doing it for a few days, but it is no less surprising. He's basically brushing up against me at this point. At least I'm a bit warmer. How are you doing today, Alex? Having a nice conversation with Maruk, I hope. Okay, Doc, thanks. And, yeah, just talking about, well, me mainly, and such. Well, that's good. I hope you don't get too bored of that. Might become a topic of much intrigue. Yeah, seems like it might. Don't worry. Be okay. Here, have some breakfast so we can talk after. With no rush at all. You seem happier than usual this morning, Doc. Sleep well? Leo would answer, gives me one of his signature big dopey smiles, and puts some breakfast in front of me. Maybe to understand me. Hey, Doc, can you pop sit by yourself for a bit? I need to catch up on some work. Huh? Oh, yes, that's fine. Just come back when you're done and help with, well, this. There, I got it. I have a not-so-sneaking suspicion I'm being treated like a child, but I just can't put my finger on it. Hope Doc doesn't think I'm some helpless wretch. You never say it like that, but the idea stands. So while you're eating, if you don't mind, thought I'd go over some plans today, huh? Nothing too serious, just ideas I had. No, sure, Doc. Lay it on me. Right. Well, let's see. Right, I should lay off the phrases and idioms for now. Those seem to cause a lot of issues. So first I made a list of things I think would be beneficial to go over. Ideas and concepts, some sentences, things like that. Then I thought we could try to hold a conversation about anything, really. Just see how far we can get. Believe Director Rune will be free around then. He sent me his schedule, although I could barely understand it. It was a mess. But yes, after he's here, we should have a more decent grasp on how your language works. And tonight I believe Professor Senna wants to stop by and make an announcement of some kind. Announcement? Wonder what that could be about. With all the talk of things going on outside, I hope it's nothing too worrying. Why is it always the chief? No, the captain put him in charge of, well, me, but doesn't she call the shots around here? Shouldn't she be the one with an announcement? And... Hello? Alex, you alright? Ugh! Zoning out again. Sorry, what did you say? I said, does that sound alright for today? Is that too much? So we can slow down.
Oh no, it sounds fine. Thank you, Marwin. It's a bit out of it. Mine, really. Don't think he believes me. Are you sure? Tell me if you are not. It's my job to take care of you now. Yes, I know. Thank you. Well, in truth, the announcement you mentioned, that's something I need to be worried about. Large grin spreads across his face, all memory of his previous caution is lost to the wind. Oh, sorry, was I being ominous about that? Think you'll find it quite interesting. But I promised him I wouldn't tell you. It's even more ominous. You can tell I'm not happy with that answer, though. I'm sorry, Alex. It's nothing bad, really, I promise. I know it may be hard to believe, but I really am trying to make everything here easier for you. Guess you deserve the benefit of the doubt. Still, being ominous about the chief scares me. Even from my cell, I can tell the power he holds here. Seriously, though, how long is this fucking first update? Looking up to Marwin's worried brow, I offer a thanks, thank you, and a smile. Returns a slightly less genuine smile and clears his throat. Well then, you finish up your breakfast and I'll get things in order. Finishing what has become a routine meal for me, I put my dishes aside and wait for Doc to finish up. Maruk walks back over too, seemingly done with whatever work he had. Surprised, figured he would stay over there as long as he could. Maybe he's too dedicated to his job. So is this the all-important list you mentioned, Doc? Everything we need to know to a meaningful conversation. Okay. Okay, so as a fucking conlinger, as a semi-linguist, I guess, I'm kind of getting into linguistics, it's fun. I'm really intrigued to see how they fucking handle this, because they've already been handling it in a semi-realistic manner, trying to, like, get the basic nouns and shit in place, like, get the grammar in place, basic sentences. Although in this case it's a bit different, because one of them can understand the other and not the, it's just, this is fucking interesting for me, personally. I mean, oh my god. I wouldn't put that much faith in it. But I do believe it'll help us at least the smallest bit. Rook is scrolling through some screens on his monitor. Can't make it out on account of it being reversed and through like 6 inches of glass. But it seems like a pretty long list. Wonder if Doc's supposed to read all of it back and forth. Oh, here, Alex, I prepared you one too. He hands me a neatly printed out and stapled together document. Guess they still do use paper here, at least some of them. Looking at the document, though, I get the immediate thought that there might have been a slight mistake. Hey, Doc? Yes, Alex? You know I can't read this, right? Mara looks at the paper before looking at me, gently taking my paper from me. He has a confused look in his muzzle. So wait, I'm sorry. You can completely understand what you're saying, every word, but you can't read our language at all. I guess not, no. That's fucking creepy. No, he's right. He's fucking right. That is creepy. Maruk, be nice. No, Doc, I think he's right this time. Didn't realize that these symbols were how you write. Makes sense in hindsight. See the gears turn in their brains. Gotta use easier sentences. Yeah, I can't read these. Dot looks a bit dejected at his list before turning to Maruk, who just shrugs. Well then, that certainly is interesting. That's not his voice. Really, none of it? Not even this? Always to a mess of 3 symbols. Thinking back, they don't even look like any of the ones I've seen so far. Nope. Sorry, Doc. Pinching his show him your writing. You've been writing your journal. You've been writing your journal fucking... Look, show them your writing. Come on already. This is an interesting development, though. He can fucking understand it when it's verbally spoken, but he can't read it. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I mean... None of this makes sense. What am I saying? It probably just made his job harder again. There go some of my theories, but better just get rid of that and worry about it any longer, though. Well, you're certainly interested in one, Alex. No worries. I'll just read them out to you. Oh, yeah, sure. If you say so, Doc. Sounds good to me. Is that a yes or no? Sorry, I don't quite understand. I did it again. Even little things like that won't translate correctly. It's proven to be an asshole. I've never thought about how much my vocabulary is just phrases and slang and such. It shouldn't be an issue, but I do need to explain it to them. Sorry, Doc. That's a yes.
Alright, so as you can see here, well, thought it might be beneficial to start with common phrases, in case you need to ask for anything. For example, I thought something as simple as what time is it would be great.
Seems like a book of a day might be call and response. Not that boring is probably the best since I've already been confused. Already confused him a few times just talking away. What time is it? Doc just nods. Maruk seems to be checking the list, maybe curious what we'll go over later. Actually, I hope they don't mind. But I do have a question to ask beforehand. Doc? Wait.
Is something wrong?
No. It's just curious. Can you explain time to me? Time here. How does time work here? Tilts his head at me, which is the unintended consequence, making him look very cute. His ears flop over. But it seems as though my question didn't quite hit the mark. I mean,
He's asking how we count time, right?
surprised to see Maruk was actually even paying attention. Let alone enough paying attention to figure out what I was asking. Oh, yeah, that the days feel longer here.
Interesting. Suppose it would be silly to expect all systems to even have remotely similar ways of counting time, especially since some of our own planets don't follow lay-in time.
The hell is Lian? Is that their planet?
I guess they've never really told me where they're from. Wait, do they have more than one planet colonized? Sorry, Alex, I got lost in my own thoughts there a bit. Everyone tries to follow lay-in time, so a system of 34 marks in a day. Keeps everyone organized.
Seems longer than my days. Probably.
That would explain your erratic sleep schedule. So worried while observing you. First, I believe your species might just sleep at random times, but are you trying to say that you were just not used to such long days and nights?
Yes.
Oh, well, that would certainly be a problem. Seems you're acclimated more now, not so many issues.
Yeah. Thanks, Doc.
Of course. Do you have any other questions, or should we proceed?
Thousands of questions, but right now I don't think I can ask most of them. Barely got through asking that last one. It was only due to Maruk of all people, who helped translate. Singular thought does come to mind, though. A concern for our missing member. One question. Doc, shouldn't we wait for Rune? Won't he need to learn the words too?
Wait for Rune to... Ah, no worries. You were worried about him not being here to learn with us, correct?
I nod.
Small setback. He'll have to simply update his version to include all the new words.
Really? That's it? That simple?
Probably ruin that explanation. It's of course far more complicated, but essentially is nothing to worry about. We'll stop by with Professor Senna before coming over and he should be all caught up.
Definitely sounds like something is being left out. I'm sure I can download it, as crazy as that sounds. But that's the normal part. When is it uploaded, though? Who's uploading the new data? Are their neurals Wi-Fi compatible? Ugh, whatever. As long as Rune can understand me, I won't press it for now. Okay, Doc. There's another less than reassuring smile. Where's the bath? What? Or you simply work through our list. Where's the bathroom? What's for dinner? Can I eat this? It's not particularly interesting, but I can't complain with the sheer amount of ground we are covering. Cover some important words like sick. Spider took this long to do that. Hurt. Sad. Alone. Actually, I think he put those all in for me. Well, it's all for me, but those specifically because he's worried. That's kind of him. Either way, after a while, it gets too much and I have to signal Doc to stop.
You alright? Did I say something wrong?
No. Sorry, Doc. Just need a break. Break me another new word we covered. Marek stands up and stretches.
Sounds good to me. I'm dying sitting down like this. Anyways, I'm gonna get a drink. Tired of water. Doc, you want anything? No, thank you, Marek.
Not against drinking, but isn't he on the clock right now? Probably just means normal drink. Exhausted. But now I'm curious if they do alcohol. Dog chocolate. Dog chocolates. And it's just, my best. Turned out I met with a warm smile as he flips through some writing pages in the document. Got through most of it. Well, like 2/3. It's denser than I thought. Does make me wonder how their writing system works, though. It's getting closer to lunch, Alex. Perhaps we should just break until then. Believe Rin should be coming a bit sooner than expected. Seems he is. Well, I couldn't tell by his message entirely, but it seems he's finished work early. His message? You have a monitor? Never seen you use one. Looks a bit stunned. I think I kept surprised him by how intelligent I am sometimes. He's not trying to brag. I just think he underestimates me. Being trapped in a cage doesn't really make me so very smart, so it's understandable. Oh, yes, let me just reach around and pats down his pockets trying to find something. Does a monitor, right? Here. Pulls out a small phone-like device. Does he have a goddamn flip phone? Must not have noticed me checking it. Even forgot where I put it. Holds it out for me to look at. Looks dead. Trying to show my suspicion. Although, as you may or may not know, someone with a neural, I don't particularly need a monitor. What do you mean? Well, a neural can perform most of the same functions. I'm sure you've already seen Rune using his. Well, his arm to perform tasks, no? Suppose I have, but is Doc trying to tell me that the chip in his head acts like a cell phone? Seems a bit much to believe. So wait, can message people with your neural like a monitor? No, believe I have misled you slightly. I merely meant that it performs some of the functions a monitor can. Seems to have gone back on that statement pretty quickly. Something feels up, but I don't know why Doc would lie to me. Okay, it's fine, I misunderstood. Although, I did want to ask, if I may. Doc, why do you have a neural? Looks a bit worried. Wonder if I should stop talking. Found myself unable to do so. I know I can finally learn something and I feel compelled to do so. I mean, besides what you've said about neurals being used for monitor replacements, they seem to interface with, well, replacement body parts. Like Rune's arm and Maruk's eye. I think it's his eye at least. What are you asking, Alex? Sounds almost cold asking that. Perhaps not cold, but clinical. Hoping to overstep my bounds, but going back now would also feel foolish. Curious, Morrow, you don't seem to be, well, missing any body parts, so why do you have a nerve monitor that can do everything it can do? His eyes widen and he looks around the room as if someone else were there. See, he consciously or not is tying up and folding his arms. Shit, I made the one Karen here who truly cares about me nervous. Do something now. I'm sorry, You really are surprising. Cuts me out before I have a chance to fully apologize. Seems to regain some sense of composure before beginning again. Sorry. Fine, really. Most Karen don't see through my poor excuses so easily, but being the head doctor here, most even question it. Sit and wait, stunned, petrified that I have ruined what little good faith he had in me. Alex, I am heartless. No, you're... Literally. I meant that as a fact, Alex. I was born with a congenital heart defect. Wasn't dealt with, I would have passed away. Very young, I had it removed and replaced with a machine. My neural helps keep it working. Father said I was lucky to be born with such long fur because you can't even see the scars. Morrowind, I'm so sorry, I had no idea. Takes a few moments to compose himself further. A few deep breaths and a wipe of his massive brow. I sit, unable to move. Don't beyond help, I haven't ostracized myself. I think Marwin finally realized how worried I am. A dreamlike smile returns to his face. Sorry for worrying you, Alex. This is just something I don't talk about often. It's quite personal to me, as you can imagine, but please, think nothing of it. I'm not upset in the slightest. You simply caught me off guard. Are you sure? I'm really sorry for bringing it up. I mean it, Alex. No harm done whatsoever. Puts a large paw down next to me, as if asking permission for something. Simply pat it. Looks confused but happy. Although, Alex, should warn you. While I'm fine talking about my neural and the reasons I have it, I would be more considerate when approaching this topic around Roan and Maruk. They have their own reasons for them that I cannot go into. Just note more careful around them. Please. I already asked Roan about his arm. I guess in hindsight that was really a dumb thing to do. Oh, of course. Sorry again, Marwin. Really. It's fine, it's fine. No, I'll hear no more of it. It surprised me is all, really. Jesus Christ, 7:11 p.m. Oh my god, almost 2 hours and 20 minutes long. Fucking shit. And this fucking computer is at 36%. Oh my god. I think his disarming smile's getting to me, as I do believe him. Best drop it for now, anyways. Wait, no. There's one more thing. Marwin? Sorry, I do have one more question. Hmm? Yes, what is it? You mentioned your father earlier. Is your father the chief? I mean, Tyr? Oh, yes. How observant of you. From the first day you really were just we were watching you, huh? But yes, Professor Senna is my father. My adoptive father. Just wondering with the last names and all. Curious. They work at the same where I'm from. Really? Fascinating. Guess some things were eerily similar even across the stars. Share a faint smile before the sound of the door opening draws her attention. My favorite warden has returned. Oh yes, of course. Walks over to us and gives a judgmental once-over. Did I miss something? Oh no, just chatting. Sprills his eyes and holds up a colorful bottle. Doc, this the one you like? Hmm? No. Thank you, Maruk. You didn't have to get that. Nah, don't worry about it. Looks more like some kind of juice than anything alcoholic. Or at least by the labeling. So what now? Did you go over more of the list while I was gone? Or are we waiting for him to show up? Him? No, we're just taking a break. When Rune gets here, we can continue. Whatever. Right. Well, until then, we should still try to work a bit. Any ideas in your mind, Alex? Well, I got the question for you. Guess Mark is gonna lead this conversation then. It's fine, I guess. Maruk, we talked about this. What? It's fine, Doc. Didn't have much to say. Looks like convinced, but I'm just used to Mark being a jackass already, so whatever. Can you tell us more about your species? Humans, or whatever you call them. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Shit. What do you want to know? So you say you aren't capable of, like, fast and light travel, but you're here. Well, yeah, but I don't know how I got here. Are you capable of fast and light travel? Baruch looks gonna answer, but falters, trying to direct answer instead. Do we? No, not that I know of. And I would probably know. Yeah, so strange. Well, what technology do you have then? You've got spaceflight, right? Yes, but no. We can get to space, but it's not easy. We only have really small space stations. Nothing like this. Novelty of casually nodding a space station of some kind is not lost on me. It is, in fact, still something I have a hard time parsing, and would like more concrete proof than their word. Hope I can find a window soon, if they even have windows. It's only the beginning of space travel. Interesting. In your drawing, you also showed satellites, though, and we believe your monitor device is also capable of sending and receiving signals. Correct? Yeah, we had plenty of satellites. Too many, I think, actually. My phone could send signals, yes. Now that you're talking about this topic, I suppose I did have some questions of mine as well. You don't mind? I was curious if you could elaborate on how you live. How your species lives, I suppose. It's not universal. I mean, geez, so many different cultures and so many. Okay, sure, I can try. Single road thought strikes me. It's a fairly innocuous question, and all, but what are the chances, no matter how small, that I'm telling them something I shouldn't? Could they, like, invade Earth? Could be betraying my whole species and not even know it? You say they don't have fashion like child, but they could just be lying. Paranoia might be getting the best of me here. It's dipping a bit into much of crappy sci-fi even for me. Even so, I'll keep it vague. It's not like I could tell them how to cripple Earth's defenses anyways. I can barely find my way around a college campus, let alone explain a map of the interplanetary defenses of Earth. Wait, I'm zoning out again. Damn it. Right, sorry, what did you ask? No worries, Alex. I simply asked if you could maybe tell us how your species chooses to live on your planet. Wait, you do have a name for your planet, right? Oh yeah, it's Earth. Or Terra, Gaia, Earth, it's Earth. That's a lovely name. That's a dumb name. Doug shoots Maruk a nasty side eye and he straightens up a bit. Our own planet is called Leo. Well, that's a nice name. Similar to a name we have for a moon. How charmingly coincidental. Hmm, yes so. We've gotten a bit off track here, haven't we? You're quite right. Thank you, Maruk. Alex, if you don't mind. Right. Well, most people live in cities all across the planet. There's lots of oceans. Wow, it's hard to explain the human experience than I thought it would be. Doc writing down everything I say is gospel really isn't helping. There's a lot of trees and forests. People usually choose to live in towns and drive around with cars. Sorry, Alex. This might be too early still. Not getting a lot of this. Alright, the AI. Yeah, we can come back to it. Sorry, Doc. It's fine. Maybe we should talk about something easier. You describe your species more. Or we could always just wait till lunch. No, it's fine. What do you mean describe, though? Well, as I hope you have seen, Karens can be quite different from each other. But we are all the same species genetically. And there are male and female Karen. That sort of thing. Oh yeah, sure. Humans can have darker or lighter skin. And there are male and female humans as well. Wait, you've all been referring to me as a male, right? Yes. Why do you bring it up? How did you know I'm a male? Ron tries to look off. This is... Oh no! As if he's avoiding the question. Well, aren't you male? Marwin, answer the question. Well, when you were still out, where you were apprehended, the emergency medical team did a quick examination of you. And well, you simply assume the rest. My face became quite flush. Guess that would explain some things. Ah, sorry about that. It was before I was briefed on what was going on, and before I stopped them from going further. Actually, I'm not gonna think about that right now. Right. Oh, yes, I am a male. That certainly sucked the life out of the room. Even Mara looks embarrassed. Trying to keep things going and move on for whatever that was, I decided to ask another question that has been on my mind. Hey, so, there is something I'm curious about. Both snap back to reality and look at me. That clears his throat. Yes, Alex? Been having a hard time gauging how old you are. On account of being different species and all. You don't mind me asking. Oh, of course. I was curious about that for you as well. I'm 34 alien years old, and although I'm still unsure how old that would make me in Earth years. Oh, you're older than I thought. Not that he's really old, just well, I don't know. Could live to be 300 for all I know. Looking at Maruk for an answer, I'm just with a glare. Turn a confused expression. You first. Really? I'm 25. Oh boy. In Earth years? It's on a sigh. Think of the eye. You were older than me, I would have to feign some kind of respect for you. Quit right now. That doesn't answer the question. Huh? Though, I'm 29. Maruk. Doc gives Maruk a disapproving stare, to which Maruk simply scoffs and turns away. I'm 27. Fuck! By the heart! What the? Oh boy, of course, they all just go crazy because someone else joins the room. I swear, the jumpy people. Oh my gosh, almost 2.5 hours. Fun. That's just fucking fun. And there's like 32% in this fucking computer now. Rune just looks around confused. Seems none of us noticed him come in. Am I interrupting something? I brought lunch. He harmlessly shows off the lunch tray he's carrying. How is he always so sneaky? That's a good question. Can't help but laugh. Only Mara laughs with me. Is that it? No, it's... Oh my gosh. How fucking long is this update? Gosh. Lunch was about as exciting as breakfast. Which is to say, repetitive and bland. Everyone sat painfully quietly. Maruk and Rune turned away from each other like children. Marwin barely sipped in the drink he was given. Hope all our meals aren't this stressful. Duck should we continue with his list for a bit, to which there is no objection or jubilation. Few more sentences and lists of words back and forth. And will be worth it, but it's a boring process for sure. Prefer when we were just talking. I don't know how awkward it got. Fortunately for all of us, in a mark or so, the list runs dry. Well, that's what I had planned for today. Do suggest we maybe converse a bit more. Be a few more marks before Professor said it was time to stop by. Well, any ideas, Doc? Me? No, not particularly. Everyone seemingly stares off into their own little worlds. No one wanted to impose a topic onto the others. More tired than I thought myself, at least socially. An idea pops into my head, though. I would like to try and get to know these three better. I mean, seems like I'm going to be stuck with them for a while, so I see no reason not to. I have a question, actually, if you don't mind. I'm curious about this place, this station. Of course, what are you curious about? Well, can you tell me what you do here? Besides, like, your job titles, I mean, that's what the station, what's the station for? How big is it? Those are some worrying questions, Kit. Any reason you're asking? Maruk, please put some faith into Alex. They're just curious about where they are forced to live, for the foreseeable future. Those aren't even that specific questions. Fine. Maybe I am being a bit defensive. Thank you. As for your question, Alex, the station's primary function is science. It's a mobile research vessel. Well, fairly mobile, at least. Being off-road has its benefits. We can test things that might be too dangerous on the ground out here in space. Certain explanation, but it does leave me more curious than not. I feel like just tease what really goes on here. As for the size, it's quite large. Our crew is over 500 now. 500? I feel like this place must be massive. It is. Takes a lot to keep it running. Phil Rune can attest to that. What? Oh, yeah. There's always something to fix. Stellar review from Rune, I see. Well, yes, it happens, I suppose. You mentioned you have space stations around your world. Take it they are not to this scale. Not even close. Think the most people they can support is like 10. And this truly must come as a surprise. No idea I was living in a floating city. Really is cracking. Damn, well, I better get to see more of it soon if it's so grand. Yeah, it's funny, I kind of guessed this like fucking, I don't know, 3 hours ago at this point, that this fucking station was absolutely ginormous. If there's like all these research heads and all these people taking care of it, like, interesting. She's 30%. Oh, hour 12, oh my gosh, hour 32 minutes. Damn, I better read that. So, well, sorry, I'm still in shock. Must be tons to do around here then, right? Or is it all just labs? It feels like it's all just labs. It always can get a bit repetitive. Yes, that always has been an issue. But no, there are far more than just labs. There's the mess halls, there are rec rooms, gyms. Maruk, how could you not mention the gym? I used to spend most your off hours there. Things, Doc, you really needed to know my personal life. Now, don't be like that. You're there every other day. You'd find out soon enough. Rick looks like he wants to respond, but thinks better of it. Psst. I almost feel bad if he wasn't upset over something so minute. Well, maybe the gym is where he can be alone and blow some steam, so I understand if you not want me there bothering him. Still, not sure he'd have a choice when I get out. As I was saying, though, there's the library, the greenhouse, the observatory, the pools. There's always something to do. Pool? In space? How do they keep the water down? Wait, speaking of, why is there gravity at all here? Should we all be floating? Sorry to cut you short. I have another question. What is it? We're in space, yeah? Like, the station's floating. Yes? How is there gravity then? Sorry, Alex. What's that last word? Oh, damn it, still with this. I haven't spoiled how quickly they learn that. I've forgotten how much there is still to teach them. Picking up Doc's juice bottle, taking extra care to make sure the cap is on. I demonstrate by dropping it on the ground. This. How come this happens? Oh, gravity, of course. Well, I know the name of the machine, otherwise you're asking the wrong Karen. Round, do you know more about it? So again, Roan snaps out whatever he was thinking about, and his eyes flit to us. Seems more aware of the situation this time. Really hope he's okay here. Been so kind to me, I hated if he was uncomfortable. The Mehron device? Not really. The engineering staff doesn't really let me get close to it. I know it messes up with your monitor if you get close to it. When I was there once to fix the pipe, my arm went numb and it stopped working after a while. My synthetic arm, it was fine. Sorry, I don't know more. No, it's more than enough. I mean, I hope that's enough for you, Alex. If you wish to know more, I can ask someone to explain it to me and let you know what I learn. No, it's fine. Just came to mind is all. It's pretty incredible either way. This place really is something. Seems almost as confusing to me as it is to them. Which in itself isn't too reassuring, but they've made it as far as I should be fine. So about with all these places, what do you do when you're not working? Sleep. You already know. I haven't had too much time off recently, so I couldn't say. Doc, you never take time off. You're always skulking around your lab doing something or other. You really should take some time off. That's not true. Just been busy is all. There's a lot happening right now between this and the professor's experiment. But yes, break would be nice. Is that really all you do with your free time, though? All of you? I'll look around. Maybe surprised that I pressed them for information. I'd like to get to know them more is all. I don't always just sleep. I'm sorry. I also enjoy going to the library to read, or the pool. You? You go to the pool? Yes. Can you swim with that thing? It's waterproof, though I don't swim a lot. Mostly like to sit in the shallows of the hot tub, when no one's there. There's also a sauna, which can be nice. Wait, when no one's there? What do you mean? Oh, Jibs tomorrow, as if looking for permission before looking at the ground. I just know when it's rather quiet. You go after they close down, huh? Brenda simply shifts on the floor, trying to find a comfortable position. Damn, I totally put him on the spot. This isn't what I wanted. Yeah. Maruk looks up and down, his trademark scowl not budging an inch. Not bad. Dangerous and stupid, but not bad. Did Maruk just give him credit for breaking a rule that's different? No one makes any move to continue that particular conversation. Dark decides to chime in. I also enjoy going to the library. It's just been hard to find the time. It's also nice to visit the observatory. Try and catch a glimpse of the eye, amongst other things. Is it a big library? Can't imagine having books up here is a good use of space. Another astute observation, Alex. It's more of a reading room, although there are some books. It's only accessible to executive staff, so it's usually empty. Executive staff? Yes, like the heads of departments and such. Actually, everyone here's an executive staff member. That's surprising. Does that cause issues with the crew? I mean, not having that separation, and having the separation. Why would it? It's just one room. Well, that is a way of putting it. It's also worth noting that nothing in there is exclusive to the room. All the books can be found on one's monitor anyways. That makes sense. It's more of a place for the higher-ups to relax, I guess. Sounds like a nice place. Although I'm sure it's not like the image I have in my mind of a wooden and old library with big comfy chairs and a nice fireplace. Not that I've ever been somewhere like that, though. Looking at Maruk, who is not yet to answer, I find him just giving me an inquisitive look. Return equally judgmental stare. What? Well, what do you do with your time off? Work out. Can't be it. You saying I'm lying? I mean, yeah. Don't get the luxury of having time off. Always have to patrol something, or make schedules, or help someone out. Doc leans over and not so quietly whispers in my ear. No one Maruk enjoys hanging out in the observatory garden. Sometimes even. All right, Doc. You've had your fun. Doc is giggling like a kid, and even Roan can have a small little smile. Marek might even be. Wait, are his ears red? Oh, wow. Poor guy, that's what you get for not sharing, I suppose. Oh, the ears twitch, but a second later, at the sound of the door down the hallway open. Oh shit! Here comes Tyr, I guess. Oh my gosh, almost 2 hours and 40 minutes. This is the longest video I've made in a while. Interesting. Everyone settles down and turns to the hallway. Rune and Maruk see who's coming first. They stand to attention. Well, Maruk stands to attention. Rune just gets up and dusts himself off. Dog knows what's coming, gets up as well. Offers me a hand, a paw, to get up. Definitely stronger than he looks. He almost pulls my arm off, held me up. I think he notices that he put too much effort into it, but he doesn't have time to apologize as Tyr walks into view. Director, Lieutenant, Doctor, Maddox. How has the learning AI been working for you? Exemplary, I hope. Oh yeah, Tyr, it's working great. Does he have neural installed? I have no idea if he can understand me. Give him a thumbs up and hope that translates well enough. Yes, Professor Seno, it has been working beyond expectations. Simple nod from Tyr is enough. Now I believe that you have been informed that I have some news for you, correct? A nod. So this can only be one of two things. I pray this is what I've been hoping for. After conferring with the captain and with the input of Dr. Seno and Lieutenant Saris here, we have tentatively agreed to grant you harbor on our station. We have concluded that you pose no immediate threat to us as a whole. Your blood samples and the air quality test from the cell have shown you also carry no malicious microorganisms. You are free to leave the cell as of tomorrow at the 28th mark. There are, of course, rules you must follow, but I will allow your caretakers to elaborate on that. It's a pleasure to have you on board. I hope we can learn much from each other. Offers a small bow, and I can barely manage a nod. Already getting a bit bleary-eyed. I can barely stand this. Is so great. Yes! Getting out of here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must be off to finalize some paperwork for your release. Doctor, if you'd be so kind. Yes, of course, sir. One last grand smile, causing me to almost tear up again, and then he heads out. There's only silence as they walk out, but no one daring to intrude on what just happened. During an eon or so of shuffling, Rune pipes up. Congrats, Alex. Sounds like we might be hanging out more. Well, working more. Thank you, Rune. I'm overjoyed. Really. Hope it won't be too much of a bother. I'm sure you won't. We'll see. But look at Maruk, who is still staring down the corridor. Mask of grim determination plastered in his muzzle. Isn't this what you expected? Didn't Tyr say you advised them on the decision? They did. So? I advised them. I did not say letting you roam freely was the best option. No. Darkness comes creeping in, though the corners and unseen holes. But they'll be let out, yeah? Yes, Director, they will be. Seems the captain has no use of my judgment. So enjoy it while it lasts, but one slip up. They think we know where you'll end up back. And back up. My heart drops in my chest. You can't be serious. Did he really advocate for me to be stuck in here longer? Maruk, are you serious? Haven't you seen how miserable I've been in here? I thought it was understood what my opinion on it was on this matter. And anyways, you can communicate now. You can ask all you want from Doc. I'm sure he couldn't do anything for his new toy. Toy? That's not enough, Maruk. I can't be in here. Did you see that? You won't be. Didn't you hear it, dear? You're free! Stagger backwards a bit, unable to comprehend what I'm being told. Maybe it's just some kind of lapse of judgment. How could he suggest something like that, though? Noster's staring at me, worried. Offer a pathetic smile, but he knows that it's falsity. You will be out of here tomorrow, Alex. I'll make sure I can be here. I promise. He's to Maruk, who has already skulked back to his bench and sending messages to God knows what. Don't worry, Alex. I doesn't know what to say. Don't know what he could say. He doesn't have to say anything. It's Maruko who has to apologize. Or say that was all one big joke, but he's not the humorous type. Fucking hell, man. It's fucking... Ugh. Rune shuffles around nervously before turning to leave. I have to go. Make sure my schedule is okay. Remember, you get out tomorrow. No matter what, now. Have a good night, bud. Thanks, Rune. You too. I'm alone now. Or rather, I almost wish I were alone. Carefully looking over to him, I see that he's just pretending to work, and is instead looking at me. Really looking away, I walked over my head and lay down, covering myself with my blanket. Thin veil to ward off the eyes, boring into the back of my skull. Does not work as I had hoped. Soft rapping on the window, pulling from whatever comfort I was tricking myself in. Pretending I didn't hear anything only exacerbates the knocking. Okay, I can do this. I am getting out of here. Powers above above him said so already. Standing up proves no challenge, but facing him with the modicum of bravery is. Casually trying to look as though I have control myself is no small feat. Not even looking at me, nor past me, just staring off into the distance. Vain attempt to look cool. Perhaps he can't face me either. Knowing him, the former. What? Hurry away to start a conversation, dumbass. Antagonize him, why don't you? Wait, no. He deserves no kindness tonight. I wanted to explain myself. Alright. Told you my loyalty lies with the station and its crew first. Your safety is my number one priority. No excuses. That's supposed to make it okay? That you wanted to lock me up? I never said it was okay or that this was an excuse. But you seemed upset. Of course I'm upset, Maruk. Why? Told you where my priorities lie. Because I want to be out of this cell. And you will be. Maybe you would have been anyways. Just suggested more time to study you, that's all. You can communicate now, so you'd get anything you'd have needed. Isn't that enough? No! I don't want to be here. I don't even know why I'm here. Fine. You're getting out anyways, so none of this matters. Just to walk away. Can't believe him, though. Oh my god, don't do that. Like I'd be fine in this cell. You see what I've been through. He's one of the only ones, and yet he still believes I'm a threat. Really cannot understand him. Bastard. Wow, you are really not good at empathizing with people, man. You're really not good at empathizing with people. At all. It's very fucking understandable why he would think that. Why he would want that. It's understandable. Sure, it's not okay, but it's understandable. They like yelling and punching this damn wall down, but it's pointless. It's right. I'm getting out so nothing else matters. That's a good song. Returning to my bed, I found myself exhausted. Simply wish to fade away. I wish it's not granted. It takes an unholy amount of time to find some semblance of peace. Ghastly and faint light cast over me as a veil over a corpse. That's a fun sentence. Eventually, the swaying of stellar waves lulled me to sleep. Hopefully for the last time in this cell. That was a fun sentence, though. Is this it? Oh my god, are you kidding? Okay, no. No. That... I'm done. This video is already long enough. And not to mention, my computer's at 23%. So, yeah, no. Okay, so I'm not going to address my thoughts on the entire fucking update yet, because obviously it's not the end of the fucking update. But, I'm still really liking it. All the characters are fleshed out, and now, you know, they can actually communicate. It's getting more interesting. Hopefully I'll do the next one soon, but this video is almost 3 hours long, so I have no fucking idea when I'm going to do the next one. My voice already hurting a lot, so I guess I'll see you whenever the next one comes up. Bye.